Anyways, we're back. No technical issues ever. Never heard of them. Technical issues who? All right. So, we are going to first determine team names. This is a very important step of Google Trends. I cannot just call you Niko and Ryan. That would be ridiculous.
Right.
So you must come up with a team name. Now, the team name, the word that you will pair with your team name is going to be also the theme of our game, which is, of course, D&D. So I need you both to come up with one term that you would like to pair with D&D. An example of this could be, for say, the word one for one D&D. That would be an example. But you can pair any one-word term, and you can put it before or after.
And that becomes our team name.
And that becomes your team name. You will not get any points for this name, but it will determine who goes first during the actual first round.
I'm gonna be Team Dice.
So D&D dice.
Yeah, staying on brand, baby.
Okay.
Then how about beginner D&D?
Okay.
Ooh, Team Beginner.
Okay. And it is going to be over the past year. Is the time frame that we are looking at to compare. But in terms of the points you gain, it only matters what is in this very last point. So it could be popular for the entire year, and if it takes a dip, you take a dip.
Okay.
All right. And next is beginner D and D. Ooh.
Hey.
Brutal.
That is tough. That is tough.
That's nothing. Well, it's hard to beat dice.
That was a good one. That was a good one to whip out. But that was just to determine who goes first in the very first round. No points are awarded for that one. But Niko, it will be your first turn. Your turn first during round 1, which has the term monster. I need you to pair one term with monster. And generally you have about 30 seconds to a minute, but I'm not going to put a timer on.
Okay. And it doesn't have to be D&D related. It is all of Google.
Yes, it is all of Google. The terms that I will be giving you are just D&D related. So the term monster is the D&D relation.
I'm going to go with MASH.
Okay.
Monster MASH.
Okay. All right. Ryan, what is your term to compare
Trying to
with
decide between two.
Okay.
I'm going to say scary monster.
Scary monster. Monster Mash. Whoa, had a big spike around Halloween.
Look at that spike.
Versus Scary Monster.
We should have played this game during October.
Oh,
jeez.
The Halloween spike really ruins the graph. Oh, but Scary Monster just edges it out.
Wow.
I hate being edged out.
Giving Niko 3 points and giving Ryan 4 points. Niko really ruining the round there with that
I loved it.
huge spike.
Stupid.
All right.
I'm sure it'll happen every time by one of us.
Oh, yeah. But now, clearly, this was on Niko's mind, and Niko will get to go first because he is... Or actually, no, wait. Ryan will go first because he is behind in total points. So Ryan has 63 to Niko's 163. And Ryan, your term is dice. Speaking of Niko's answer earlier, is just dice.
How about dice game?
Dice game. All right, Niko, what's your answer? Don't say dice brain. It'll be 0. I'm just
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Oh man, this is really taking a toll on my impulse control.
uh you do whatever you want, man.
Dice.
There's I forgot a core part of this is that both of you need to have your answers before the other one goes.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But
I'll do bulk dice.
bulk.
Bulk.
Okay. Bulk dice.
Bulk's a fun word.
Ooh. Oh, getting clobbered.
People aren't buying dice en masse.
Apparently not.
Damn it.
Not at the moment, at least. All right. So now it is Ryan with 96 versus Niko with 163. Ryan's still behind, but catching up quick. I should have made a on-screen element for this, but we're here now.
Going with the future.
And round 3 is Wizard. Wizard. And both of you, let me know when you have your answer. Ryan will go first, and if Ryan answers the same thing that you come up with, Niko, try to have a backup. See, and this is where I was like, oh, like muting and talking to chat. Good, good segment. But I don't know if any of us have chat at the moment. Ryan's debating it. He's really.
I am.
He's really thinking.
I don't know how generous Google Trends is.
Oh, that's fair.
Given how far back I am, I think I have to take the gamble.
Yeah.
I have mine. Whenever we're ready, I have mine.
Okay. Mr. Brain.
I'm gonna do Wizard 101.
Okay. You have to wait your turn, Mr. Brain, unless Ryan, I'm sure that was yours. I'm sure he took yours.
Mine is Wizard World.
Oh. I don't know what Wizard World is.
Well, it depends how generous it is with its.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's see.
I'm sorry, I thought when you said Mr. Brain, I thought you said it is my turn now.
Oh, that's the closest one we've had so far. That is tough. That is projected data, but it still counts.
I was aiming for Wizarding World. That's the Harry Potter, like that's what they reference all of that as. It's like I don't know if it can bridge this.
It is literally the search terms. So it could be if you think that people are misspelling it all the time. That is a gambit, but not on this one. Oh, that is my analytics. All right. So this time it was Niko with 40 points and Ryan with 19.
That's what I get for the gamble.
That's what you get for the gamble. But hey, you know what? We're going to change the format up.
Uh-oh.
What?
In the middle, we have ding, 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 our Family Feud round. So I sourced Google Trends for the top 10 related queries to fantasy over the past.
You can't say that. It's Pride Month.
What? Oh my god. Over the past 30 days. So these are the top 10 where you pair something with fantasy. Now you will alternate, and you are out of the round entirely if you miss 5 in a row.
Okay.
So I get 5 guesses.
So you get more than 5 guesses. You get to guess alternating until I run out of terms, or you both knock yourselves out.
I was gonna say I'm sure I'll knock myself out. So let's give it a shot.
All right, and it is Ryan's turn first. Out of the 10 terms, the 10 most popular related queries to fantasy over the past 30 days. Fantasy.
I'm gonna go really broad. How about fantasy book?
Fantasy. I'll give it to you. It was plural, but that is fine. It was fantasy books, and this was number 6. This was not all the way up there, but this was number 6. It was worth 12 points.
Oh, wow. Great.
All right. Niko, your guess.
I'm gonna go in the same direction that Ryan's going in. I'm gonna go fantasy games.
Fantasy games is on there. It is number 9. Number 9. It is only worth 10 points.
Damn.
Now, this is a sort of exponential scale. You can see that 6 and 9 were worth similar amounts of points,
Nice.
but it very steeply increases towards the top.
Right.
All right, Ryan.
Fantasy movie.
Fantasy movie is not one of our terms. Niko, it is your guess. I'm going to turn on some quiz music. I forgot that I downloaded quiz music for this exact purpose.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Oh,
that's fine.
I had it. Fantasy weapons.
Fantasy weapons is not on the list. So you
How
each
about-
got 1 strike.
Yeah. Great. Here's another strike. How about character?
Fantasy character is the 2nd strike. Not on the list.
I have mine.
Okay.
Fantasy art.
Fantasy
Damn you.
art is not on the list.
I mean, good.
Yes! Woo! So you are at 2 strikes each, and your strikes do reset if you get 1 right. Second strike.
Oh, okay.
Not on the list.
What on earth are people
Okay.
searching for?
Fantasy art. I feel so out of touch. You know what? This
common
is
people.
The wisdom portion of the the previous one was intelligence. This is wisdom because we're trying to figure out what
Yeah.
people are thinking and the street smarts
Oh,
tuning
yeah.
into the public consciousness.
Yeah, because this is any term that might be paired with
Yeah.
the general word fantasy.
Oh, got one.
Go ahead.
Final Fantasy.
We have our number 1 term, Final Fantasy, for a massive 100 points. Firmly cementing Ryan in the lead with a whopping 227 points compared to Niko's 213.
A
Oh,
really thin
I am-
lead. A really thin lead.
it is, but you caught up.
I am ruined.
All right,
Never
Niko.
live this down.
Hey, the 2nd and 3rd are both worth a good stack of points still. So you still have a lot of time for this. He's thinking. That noodle, that cranium is spinning.
Map. Fantasy map.
That is incorrect.
No.
That is
Oh.
3 strikes. You are going to give Ryan full reign of the board if you keep it up like this, Niko.
My wisdom is my dumb stat.
gonna go somewhere similar. I'm gonna say Fantasy World.
Fantasy World just barely ekes it on at number 10 for 9 points.
I'll take every point I can get.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. It is Niko's turn.
Even with 3 strikes?
Even with, you have 5 strikes.
Oh, okay.
I say you're on your way to giving Ryan full reign of the board.
Gotcha. Okay. I will say fantasy toys.
Fantasy Toys is the guess that earns you your 4th strike. It is not on our list. Now, Ryan, can you keep blowing us away with this incredible Google Trends streak?
No,
Come on,
there's no
Ryan,
chance. Man.
Oh,
No, that's not a. Sorry. This is really a trippy way to think about things. Hold on a second. Let me.
having to parse through it.
No, I think. Is it? I can't search anything to see whether this is true. So let me take a second. I don't want to
Definitely
sound
not.
completely stupid.
No, sounding completely stupid is part of being a streamer.
You know what? Oh, no. I got a better one than what I was thinking. How about something really off the wall? How about Fantasy Vacation?
There is no Fantasy Vacation. That is not on our list. Now, Niko, this is make or break. And so, I will give you a hint. I think that there are at least 2 terms on this list that a normie who maybe doesn't play D&D would probably pick up immediately. But they are probably not related to the type of fantasy that you're thinking of.
Is it porn?
No, it is not
Okay.
porn.
Was this
There-
whole thing just this whole thing was just a ruse to get us to start naming porn things to you online? That's all this was for.
Look, there are
Fantasy
no
King.
walls here, but there are no NSFW results on this
Okay.
list.
Okay.
Fantasy football.
Fantasy football is our number 3 answer for 35 points. And he is back in the game, resetting his counter with fantasy football.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay. Now, that is just the number 3. There is still a number 2 that could essentially negate Niko's answer that he just gave.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I was gonna say. How many are left on the list of 10? Right.
3, 4.
I think we've gotten 4.
You've gotten 5 in total. You've
Okay,
gotten
okay.
Final Fantasy, Fantasy Football, Fantasy Books, Fantasy Games, and Fantasy World.
Man. I feel like we really mined this one.
Hey, you can just start rapid firing. If you think you're out, we'll race to the bottom here.
That's a good name for the show.
Yeah. DM Live, a race to the bottom. I love it.
Rapid
this-
race to the bottom.
This won't be one of them. But how about like fantasy name?
Oh, you lampshaded it, but you are correct. That is our number 6 option is fantasy
Wow.
names.
That's wild.
Earning Ryan 12 points.
What's
All right.
number 6?
What?
Names.
What was
Fantasy
number
names.
6?
Number 6 is
What about-
names.
I thought it was games.
Games is number 9.
Well, okay. Sorry.
Names and games.
All right, I'm gonna go fantasy music.
Fantasy music is incorrect. Also, Nico, you are correct. Fantasy names is number 7, not number 6. I counted wrong.
No one said anything in my chat. My chat isn't helping me. I think it's probably because there's a delay. So I feel like I'm being betrayed.
They're no help.
How about? I don't think we've said this. No. How about fantasy food?
There's no fantasy food. 1 strike each. And I will tell you if you've already said it. You don't have to worry
I'm
about
trying
that.
to write them down, but I could miss something.
Fair enough. I could also miss something.
Fantasy armor.
No fantasy armor. That's a 2nd strike.
Yeah.
I believe in you, Ryan. You've shown Oracle-like abilities in this game.
I don't know about that. How about fantasy cards?
No fantasy cards. That takes you both to 2 strikes. Now, I will give you both a hint. Or actually, I'll wait until you're on 3 strikes.
Fantasy basketball.
Fantasy basketball is not on the list. Although I like where your head's at, Niko. There is potentially something in that realm that you two are missing.
How about fantasy sports?
It is not fantasy sports. 3 strikes for both of you. In fact, some might say that there are 2 things in that realm that you are missing.
Some would say that.
Some might say
Is it just 2 words, or can we have multiple words? Like
2
can it be
words.
like
It's always 2,
Okay.
I think.
Acronyms do count as 1 word.
fantasy NFL.
No fantasy NFL. That is a 4th strike, putting Niko close to obsolescence.
Yeah, but we don't have to talk about it.
Don't worry, I'm right there. Is it is fantasy soccer a thing?
It probably is, but it's not on our list. I should also specify that this is for the United States.
Oh.
If you
Okay.
want to re-give your answer in that light, I will allow it if it would have changed your answer.
I'll stick with my answer.
Okay.
That seems fair.
That's 4 strikes each. Niko, this is make or break. What do you think it is?
This game sucks. That's my answer. No.
I've broken my contestant.
Ah!
Oh, you're so close. There's
There's something brewing.
something ruined.
Fantasy novel.
No fantasy novel, officially knocking Niko, Mr. Dicebrain himself, out of our 4th round.
Mr.
Ryan.
Diceman was my dad. Artemis Fowl.
Ryan, are you going to keep going, potentially mopping up all the points, or are you out as well?
I get 1 more strike, right?
You get 1 more try.
I mean, we've said. Oh, did we say fantasy baseball?
We did not. And it's a
basketball.
good thing because fantasy baseball is our 2nd prompt, giving you another 38 points and really making that comeback stick.
Lovely.
Now, Ryan, let's move into rapid fire since it is just you. There are a couple more left. There's number 4, 5, and 8.
4, 5, and 8.
Rapid
Can I use my
fire.
extra life?
Power. Yeah, power them up. That's only fair. I got mine back.
Okay. You can,
I don't object to it. Give,
Nico.
I
You can have one more guess. After
it's Niko with a
Ryan's.
C, right? Niko.
Oh no. Is he
That was personal.
trash talking? He's trash talking. Oh no.
Ryan Imel.
Please take your turn.
Fantasy me punching Ryan in the face.
Whoa, that's our seventh
Number 4
term.
answer. We can search on that one.
Hooray, 200 points.
Fantasy. I thought of one, and Fantasy City.
It is not Fantasy City.
Yeah, I think
Ryan.
this is not my category.
Fantasy author.
Nope. That's one. And I will be giving no more hints since Niko is not around to benefit from them.
Thank you. Most of the things you do are for my benefit.
Of course. Of course.
He's thinking.
He's
I can see his brain.
he's considering.
Fantasy story.
No fantasy story. That's 2 strikes.
Still me. Fantasy school.
No fantasy school. That's 3 strikes.
Try Fantasy Girlfriend. Try it.
I will do no such thing. Fantasy. I can't think of anything before fantasy. That's why all these stupid nouns.
And 2 of these 3 are before fantasy.
That's a
Might
hint.
get-
Oh, that
Well,
was
I mean,
a
it
hint.
is, it is
Whoops.
technically a hint, but I'm not sure it matters. I mean, fantasy costume.
No fantasy costume. You're on your last one, and I don't
Thank
think
God.
it is likely that you will be getting it. But give us your last guess. I'll be honest here.
In that case, how about old fantasy? I don't know.
There's no old fantasy, knocking both of our contestants out, and we will now reveal the final
Let's dig
list. Number 1 is Final Fantasy. Number 2 was Fantasy Baseball. Number 3 was Fantasy Football. Number 4 was Yahoo Fantasy. Number 5 was Fantasy Island. Number 6 was Fantasy Books. Then 7 at Fantasy Names. 8 was ESPN Fantasy. You were very close with NFL Fantasy. Very close, but not quite.
Sports fantasy sports. I think Ryan had. That was that.
And Fantasy Games and Fantasy World. Congratulations. You have both made it through the slog of round 4.
Brutal.
Congratulations.
All right.
No, he's shit talking. He's not shaking your hand.
No handshake, Ryan.
Oh shit!
That
I'm
was
sorry.
up right
You're
now.
tiny. You're tiny on the thing. I'm got the okay.
Okay, well, my personality's big.
Fair.
All right, now I want to reiterate that I did not purposefully put anything NSFW on here, but what you sickos choose to interpret is completely up to you, and that might factor into our 5th round term roleplay. It is roleplay. Pair a term before or after roleplay.
Well, Ryan, I'll be the maid.
He's ready. And let's see. Niko will be giving his term first once you both are ready, because Niko is now behind at 248 to Ryan's 286. This is an easily surmountable gap, but it could also grow much larger.
You can surmount my gap.
And I will warn, there are 7 rounds in total, and the 7th round, points are doubled. So there is still plenty of room for rearranging who is in first.
Okay.
My first guess is going to be fantasy roleplay. I'm combining the 2.
Fantasy roleplay. All right.
And
And Ryan,
That'll
what is
be-
your guess?
role play game.
roleplay game. Fantasy roleplay versus roleplay game. Oh, that's Wizard World. Whoops.
I refuse your Wizard World.
Very common.
Fantasy roleplay. That is a high mark on role-playing game, but we'll see if fantasy roleplay kicks it out.
Oh.
Oh,
close.
those projected results take it from 54-48 to 73-0.
Oh no.
That is tough. You hate to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But roleplay, fantasy roleplay will clench that one
Crazy.
with a solid. Oh, wait.
That was really up in the air with like how the statistics look.
Totally.
It depends on the day who would have won that one.
Oh wait,
Mhm.
I think I switched your guys' points at some point.
Because Ryan said roleplay game, I said fantasy roleplay.
Yeah, I
Ryan
think
took
you-
the ball.
Yeah,
I think
no,
if you're looking at the left and the right, yeah.
I actually mean I switched them on the score tracker. So Niko actually has 234 and Ryan is at a whopping 300. Because of Final Fantasy, Fantasy Baseball, and Fantasy Football. Or wait, did Niko get fantasy football?
Baseball higher. I got fantasy football.
You got
I'm really
fantasy
surprised
football.
by that.
Okay.
I would have never guessed that order. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because I feel like I hear about fantasy football a whole lot more than I hear about fantasy baseball. But I guess maybe the fantasy baseball community is
Oh,
fervently passionate.
with those reorders, with my corrections to my mistake, the game is in a dead heat with Niko at 269 and Ryan at
Nice.
265.
Shit.
It is a
Okay.
dead heat. It is very, very, very close. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
But with this roleplay game was Ryan, correct?
Yes.
So that answer will firmly plant Ryan in the lead at 338.
I love it. I
And-
love all these score updates. I have no idea what's going on. I'm in the lead, and that's the important part. Right?
That is the
I'm
important
more with
part.
that,
I couldn't agree
Not for
more.
long, though.
I
You'll
could
get
not agree.
comfy.
I'm not.
All right, round 6. This could be a big switch up. This will be the true test of your wisdom because it is so general. Round 6, the term is one. One. Now, this is a real test before we go into the finale round to see if you two can really, really have what it takes to pull out all the stakes, all the stops in this game.
Who's going first?
It
Yeah,
will
right.
be Niko because he is behind. He is in second.
I'm
Right.
gonna throw anyways. I'm gonna go one direction.
Look,
Mine's gonna come before. It's gonna be Xbox One.
Xbox One versus One Direction. Which will it
This
be?
game was in 2015. I would sweep right now.
Oh, the Xbox One taking a clean victory
What a surprise! What a surprise!
at 50-11, putting Niko at 280 and Ryan at 393. This is, however, very possible. A comeback is within your chances, Niko, because on round
I doubt
7,
it.
the last round, all of the points are doubled.
Okay.
If you get 100 here, that is 200 points.
Mhm.
And
I
you
can
will
do
be
this.
pairing it. I will reiterate, this is not NSFW, you sickos.
Okay.
I will be pairing it with the term raw. As in rules as written. Raw.
I mean, I'm gonna do raw meat.
Raw meat. A classic search term. Ryan, how will you compare? That's not raw meat. That's Ryan meat.
Right, meat.
I'm gonna I'm gonna stick with what I thought because I think it's different enough. It'll be exciting. Mine was gonna be raw steak.
Okay. Raw meat. Going general. This looks promising. But would people be searching general or would they be searching specific? Nope, that's streak. Steak.
Streak.
Raw steak. Oh, it's not even close. It is 100 to 27.
Is it enough to get me ahead of him?
This could go either way. It
Do the
is
math, run the numbers.
It is 200, leaving Niko at a prodigious 480 points. But is that enough to keep ahead of Ryan?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is 27. That is 53 additional
That's
points
nothing.
total.
54.
54. Landing him at 447. Niko wins by 33 points. With an absolutely ridiculous comeback in the 7th round when all was on the line, he made it happen.
Raw meat saved my life.
It did. It did.
Saved by raw meat.
It was everything.
And that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. That was Google Trends. Now we will be moving into the non-competitive state of our game. We will be sitting down. We will be collaborating. Bygones be bygones. I'm sure my players won't be too mad at me.
None at all. No.
Or my contestants. Sorry, I'm just so used to my players being mad at me. All right. And we are going to head on over all of my beautiful contestants to Magma. So grab that link in the chat
Okay.
for the drawing pad. And that was too exciting.
Was
I
it-
have to sit down.
The one in the Discord thing?
Yes. All right.
Okay, I think I'm already on it.
And I'm taking off the quiz music. You guys have succeeded. You guys have played my game. Congratulations to the winner, Niko. You will get
do
a
I
great and fabulous prize that I swear will be mailed to you because
Oh, great.
I know your address. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know that you knew my address.
Yep, I got it right here.
That sounds like a threat. I don't.
No.
No,
I just
you said a surprise.
yeah, I'm mailing him a
I'm-
special surprise.
I want a special prize.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right. We will now be
Brian,
starting.
Are you anonymous user 3374?
I have a name now.
Oh, do
okay.
you? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Alrighty. Pick your color. We will be playing some of The Quiet Year. Now, for those of you who do not know what The Quiet Year is, it is a world-building board game, tabletop game, but it is not like any tabletop game you have probably ever played. There are no players. There are no DMs. We all collaborate, acting as abstract social forces to make this town the absolute best it can be. However, we will disagree. We will start projects. We will get potentially, well, not invaded, but we will have very bad things happen to us over the course of the year. It will not be without its trials and tribulations. But at the end of the day, we should come out with a really fun setting that maybe one of you would like to use in your worlds.
I'm sure with our luck, we'll figure out how to get invaded.
It is intentionally called The Quiet Year, so hopefully not, but it might happen. I will be reading through some of the rules. I won't go into too much detail, but don't fret, the rule book is less than 16 pages. So it should go, hopefully, fairly quick. So, first of all, we are mainly going to be working on the map. This is our play space. Everything happens here. If it doesn't exist on the play space, it might as well not exist at all. And I would recommend to my fellow players that we reduce our brush size because we will have to draw much smaller for this game, and I couldn't figure out how to make the canvas bigger. So
Okay.
so we will zoom in. While they are doing that, let's open the story. This is the very brief history of our group. Feel free to change this as you like, depending on how it fits your table. For a long time, we were at war with the Jackals. Now, finally, we've driven them off, and we're left with this: a year of relative peace. One quiet year with which to work to build our community up and learn again how to work together. Come winter, the Frost Shepherds will arrive, and we might not survive the encounter. This is when the game will end, but we don't know that yet. What we know is that right now, in this moment, there's the opportunity to build something. All right. And the very first thing that we are going to do is get our general terrain, our general vibe for the game. Now, this game can take place in a variety of times, settings, themes. The theme could be as simple as a community in a rocky desert. It could be a community in an abandoned space station. Any of these things are viable, totally, and even a community on insert your favorite fantasy setting here, as long as it is vague enough to allow us to explore the world at our leisure. So we will now do a brief discussion, about 2 minutes at most, about the general terrain and habitat. Like I said, it can be as simple as a community in a rocky desert. So,
You guys want to do just like a city?
city.
I would. A city would be pretty neat.
Yeah, like an abandoned city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm down for an abandoned modern city.
Yeah, like an abandoned modern city.
Cool.
Maybe it could be like a Fallout situation where it's like a world almost like our own.
Sure. Okay. So once we agree, if Ryan, you do agree,
Totally. Yeah.
sweet. We will each introduce one detail about said terrain and sketch it onto the map. These sketches should be rough and simple, leaving lots of blank space for additions during play. The community itself should be fairly large on the map, perhaps taking up a third of the sheet. Usually, the community has around 60 to 80 members, but it could be more. So, we shall now take turns, and I will go last, and we will give Ryan the pity first for for losing the game. So Ryan,
Wonderful.
You're first up, loser.
sketch your detail at your leisure.
Okay, so
Again,
any sort of physical landmark detail, anything like that.
sure, it could be a spire, a large natural feature, like a small portion of a river, maybe a bridge. Yeah, it should be something that is recognizable without having to write any sort of words.
Oh, okay.
But you want it to be very small because we are going to be building the community as we go, and the community itself should take up about a third of the page.
Fair enough. So you can correct me if I go the wrong size. I'm gonna say some sort of a hill, which that may be too big.
I mean, that's a large hill. I would call that a large hill, maybe small mountain even, or like a foothill at the base of like the Colorado mountains.
I think it's something the community debates on a regular basis. I think it divides the town.
Okay.
It's like whether Pluto's a planet type of thing. You know,
I
like, oh, over there by the
see.
mountain. It's like, you mean the hill, and then war breaks out.
Okay,
We could
perfect.
call it Mountain Hill.
No, Hill Mountain.
Hill.
Come on.
Oh,
Come
we
on.
we
Well,
already
it's
have
not
disagreement.
That's what the people disagree on.
Okay. So yeah, this is
I think-
very large hill.
I think I want to add a water feature.
Okay. I love water features.
Kind of coming off of the hill right here,
Okay.
where it kind of flows, and then it'll flow off the map. And
Okay.
then, like,
This is a large river, I would say.
I would say it's like yeah. So then yeah.
Yeah, this would be almost equivalent to not maybe Mississippi sized, but maybe one tier down.
Yeah.
Given how large it is.
I'm just adding features to it. I think that's my river.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me.
I love it. I will, in that case, I will add maybe a man-made feature of sorts. I will add. Let me get brown. I will add a broken. Oh, that is very large. Let me get that size down. I'm going to add a broken bridge. So this is a bridge that clearly once spanned the river, but it is now completely run down and broken in the middle. But potentially it could be repaired someday.
All right.
Oh, actually, I should draw that more obviously broken.
Yeah, because it just kind of looks like a bridge.
Yeah.
I like the modern. Oh wow!
Yeah. Something bad happened to this bridge.
I wonder what happened.
All right. Oh gosh, that's way too big. I just zoomed out to look at my own drawing, and I was like, "Oh no, that cannot be it." All right. Well, while I do my sketching, you guys can start discussing abundance and scarcity. So we will each name an important resource for the community, something that we might have in either abundance or scarcity, but we're not going to draw it right away. Some examples include clean drinking water, adequate shelter, fish. Any of those could be either in abundance or scarcity. And once we each name our one resource, we will choose. And I should clarify, choosing a resource makes it important if it wasn't already. If you pick gasoline, it becomes something our community values. It becomes something that we want. So we are pointing out like important things to us. And then afterwards, we will name one thing to be in abundance and one thing to be in scarcity. Or sorry, the rest will be in scarcity. We will only have one of the three in abundance.
Got it.
So we're just naming resources, and then later we pick which is abundant, which is
Yeah.
none-dint.
Scarce.
The other one.
The other.
Yeah.
What say you, Ryan?
Oh,
What did I just do?
I don't know.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I mean, something. It kind of. I was looking at the the jackals and the frost shepherds. I mean, something like warm clothing, or I guess could be shelter, but something to do with the oncoming cold.
Okay.
That could be interesting.
I think it would be important to us right now, at the moment. So maybe it's already cold, but I'm super down with that. So in general,
maybe
weapons.
But it is the
I like
peaceful
that.
year, so that wouldn't be that.
It's the quiet year.
Maybe a big deal, right? The quiet year. Sorry. So that
Might not be peaceful.
I also wrote down bees, but I'm not sure that.
Just that also
Nope.
makes
We're
me,
so
ask,
scarce
how
on
seriously are we
bees.
taking this?
Blue sky, no bad ideas.
It's up to us how fun and funny we want to be with it. It's up to us. I'm down. I mean, we can define it now how silly it's gonna be.
I mean, modern dystopian future, a scarcity of bees. This may be a little too close to home. I think that's a legitimate problem.
That's fair. So maybe in
Might
this
not make for a fun game though.
in this setting, bees are gone. Agriculture is difficult, if not impossible, because of the lack of bees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to bees.
A far off, distant future of about 20 30.
Just a few years in the future,
We got
yeah.
a couple years left, I think.
Okay, so no bees, no bees.
This is an idea.
Let me think.
Could go, could be something. What's the children of men? It could be like people or children.
Sure, yeah, children. I could see transportation. You know, we're in an urban world and things are very spread out, but we have no good transportation. But one of these things, one of the three things that we settle on, we will have an abundance. So we don't need to fully decide yet.
Bees.
We have an abundance of bees.
We don't have a lot going for us.
We got honey. We got
It's a
flowers.
honey-based economy. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Niko, what are you thinking? What are you thinking in that?
I'm thinking power, like electricity.
Power? Okay.
Yeah.
What do we think? Power,
Like-
transportation, and bees? Yeah.
I have an alternative answer if we want this to go to Funky Town.
Okay.
I said video games, and
Mm.
our community is a society of gamers.
I see. We have an absolute abundance of gamers.
Or it could be a scarcity of games, and it's like the Bitcoin, like the highly, like that highly coveted currency. It's like, oh, you got Donkey Kong, you know?
Oh.
I see.
Or-
Okay.
or-
What's my goofy and gaffy answer? We have, I would say that my goof town answer is celebrities. So, we just got too many. We got Ryan Goslings and and Beyonce's falling out the wazoo.
This is a post-apocalyptic, like Malibu or something,
Yeah.
where all the celebrities live.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
now they all have to come together to try to survive.
They all went into their like Illuminati bunker, and
No, it's like the last Blockbuster. So we have just all of the things you always wanted to rent as a kid, but there's no electricity. We can't play any of them.
oh
Can't watch
no. Okay, so maybe do we want to genericize this? Is one of them is media, one of them is power, and one of them is bees.
So we could do bees, power, and entertainment.
That's perfect. I love bees, power, and
Yeah.
entertainment, and we
Everyone's
have
bored.
an absolute
Necessities.
abundance of entertainment, but no power and no bees.
Oh man.
So everyone's a poet. Everyone's a poet.
Yeah. Okay, sick. So now, we will, whoever named that resource draws its abundance on the map, and the rest are in scarcity. The remaining players need to figure out how to draw the lack of scarcity, or the lack of these resources on the map. Common symbols are fine. So,
Okay.
in that case, Niko, I think, determined entertainment. So you draw entertainment somehow on the map.
What was the other one? I think I said electricity.
But we don't have an abundance of electricity, right?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So you draw an abundance of entertainment somehow on our map, and me and Ryan need to workshop how to draw a poor lack of bees and a lack of power.
An abundance of entertainment.
Let's see. And I will note all of these. So in abundance, we have entertainment, and in scarcities, we have power. And
I think I know what I want to draw.
okay, I believe in you.
I think what I'm gonna draw is a mall. Oh shit.
Remember, it should be very, very small, maybe the size of the bridge.
Okay.
because our community is going to sprawl. Ryan, I'm thinking maybe we can show the lack of bees with like wilted flowers potentially.
I think so.
Like a gray brown garden almost.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay,
Mhm.
maybe a field of it like in this area almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I'll go a little bit smaller. So I'll draw some rows. This is maybe where our fields used to be, but they're brown and dying. You can draw some of these with me, or you can not. It's up to you.
No, yeah. I was thinking about the power too.
Yeah, lack of power.
Yeah, either like a dormant plant, or maybe like broken like power lines.
Sure.
Not
Yeah.
sure which one of those we remember.
I mean, I think you could theoretically do both. Maybe there is a power plant, but the lines to it are broken and damaged.
It's a good idea.
Maybe
Okay.
like from it to the mall. Maybe it's even on the other side of the river, or it could be in our town.
Okay. So this
Or
I've
on
drawn
Mountain Hill.
I've drawn out Mountain Hill Mall.
Oh my God, Mountain
And-
Hill Mall is a fucking megalith. It's bigger
It
than the
is,
hill.
It's not bigger than the hill. The hill is bigger than Mountain
Where I
Hill.
got the name though.
It looks like it's bigger than the hill. I'll be honest with
It's
you.
not. It's so not bigger than the hill. Listen, scale is difficult, okay? I'll make it smaller.
A bit smaller.
I'll make it smaller. God, but I'm thinking it's like a huge mall that back in the days of society was like sort of the center,
Uh-huh.
the shopping center. Now, have you seen the Dead Mall series? Like that one, I can't remember his name.
Oh, by Folding Ideas? Or no?
I don't remember if it's Folding Ideas, but like it's it's about how or just urban exploring dead malls, and I think it was ContraPoint who
Okay.
talked about malls being like the haunted mansions, dead malls being like the haunted mansions of the 21st century.
That's kind of fair. I definitely get
Yeah.
that.
And I just feel it's just very evocative, and I wish to use that.
Okay.
Maybe we can get kind of what is it, Dawn of the Dead vibes, where like survivors are held up in a mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
How's this mall? Is this good for you?
That's great for me.
Right.
All right, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
draw. This is the parking lot right there.
That's delightful. Okay.
Yeah, so that's Mountain Hill Mall.
Okay. So we have got that, and that is our starting area. So we have our hills, our power plants, our dead as shit fields, and a long river separating many of these features.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we will proceed into chapter 3, which is play. So now players will take turns proposing new ideas, proposing work projects, taking prompts and answering them adequately. Each week, and all of these things will play out in weeks. So each week is just taken by one player. So Niko, you will have 1 week, then Ryan, then me, and we will rotate like that. Now, the game does say, like, hey, don't talk a bunch when it's not your turn. But this is entertainment, baby, so chime in. And first, each week will follow in this order. You play a card, you adjust the dice, and you take an action. We don't have dice, so we will adjust the tallies. But I will explain that when we get there. There are 52 cards, so there are 52 weeks. We won't necessarily get to play them all because the Frost Shepherds could arrive anytime in the winter. More cards have 2 options to choose from with an or divider in between. Just pick the option that you find the most interesting and read the text aloud. All right. Let's see. So next, we'll just start a project. I'll just go first, and I'll kind of show you how this will generally go.
Sounds good.
So, first of all, I need to bring up the Oracle. If I can remember where I put it. There it is. So the Oracle will tell us which one is which. So we'll go with spring, summer, autumn, then winter.
Okay.
And I'm just going to use a random number generator because I thought that getting a online deck of dice would be hard. So we're just going to randomly generate. 1, 2, 13, right? There are 13. Yeah, 13. Okie dokie. Okay. So, for the very first card in the very first week of spring, we have 11. That's the Jack. You see a good omen. What is it? Or you see a bad omen. What is it? So, in the normal game, it would be like other players zip your lips, but I do not care. Feel free to chime in. But the ultimate decision will be whoever's turn it is. Whenever I will come up with some sort of answer to this question, and then I will try to draw something on the map that reflects that. So, the first thing I'm thinking it's a bad omen. And I'm thinking that Mountain Hill is pretty ominous. And I think that at some points, some nights, some of our members have reported seeing... Oh, nope, not that. Small lights lighting up the night, appearingly coming from on top of the hill. But we know that no one lives up there. There are no shelters, no nothing. But occasionally, lights burn towards the summit. All right.
Okay.
Now, that is my play a card option. It's up to me to make all the decisions. I adjust the dice unless a card specifically tells me otherwise. This is important because if one of us starts a project, we determine the amount of weeks that project will take, and that is normally represented by a die, but we can represent it with tallies. And so right after I play a card, we'll adjust said dice. So next, there are 3 types of actions. Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. Now, discover something new is just, I want to introduce something to the game. I've been thinking about something in my noggin, and I think it'd be cool, and it could be a problem, an opportunity, bit of both. And the drawing should be really small and simple, smaller than an inch, if this was in real life, and finished in under 30 seconds. So this is quick and dirty and easy. Whenever things seem too controlled and easy, we can use this action to introduce new issues and dilemmas to the community. If any individual characters get named, we can record those names on an index card, but remember that none of us play characters. We play large social segments of the community. The other option would be to hold a discussion. I can either open with a question or a statement, and then every player gets 1 to 2 sentences to respond to my question or statement. Or I can start a project. Now, with start a project, I have to choose a situation. So that would be something that was brought up in Discover Something New. So right now I could not start a project. Or the only thing else I could maybe start is something related to the lights, or maybe something that's broken. However, there is no agreeing or disagreeing. You two do not get a vote in the project. This is not democracy. This is tyrannical. But the community begins work, and as a group, we collectively decide how many weeks it would take to complete, 1 to 6. Remember, we are a small community. It isn't easy or quick to build a house or repair a water wheel. If a project would reasonably take longer than 6 weeks to complete, it will need to be completed in stages. So, for this, I'm going to hold a discussion. And I'm going to put a question out to the community. Should we send some people, or should we send a party to investigate the lights? And now each player gets to weigh in once with a single statement of 1 to 2 sentences. If I opened with a question, I get to weigh in last. If I opened with a statement, I don't get to weigh in at all.
Okay. And the idea is to represent a group,
A part of the community.
a part of the community.
General social forces, these things can be malleable. You don't have to stick with the same social force the whole time. But I generally find that having an idea of a group in your head is useful. And it should be generally 1 to 2 sentences. And once the discussion is over, that's it. It is concluded. Discussions in communities are untidy affairs and inconclusive.
Can I decide to represent a part of the community that is a cult that worships Mario?
You can represent whatever type of people you would want across
Okay, thank
any
you.
portion of the game you would want. All right. So we'll go clockwise. I don't know. Let's see. Clockwise, in reference to how they appear on my stream, would be Ryan first.
Well, given that I've heard that there's a cult to Mario brewing, which is worrisome. I think that there's a safety conscious group in town that says no, we should not investigate the lights. The lights are the lights are an illusion of some sort. They're not real.
Okay. All right. Now, Niko, what do you have to say?
I think my portion of the community thinks these lights are dangerous and that we should have people who are trained and probably armed before we start sending them out to some pretty lights.
I see. And I think that there is a portion of the community that is curious. They are willing to step down for now, but they will be probably pushing for an expedition at some point in the future. All right. And at any point, we can take tension tokens. That is a mechanic in the game, but we also don't need to. There's nothing that they actually do. It's just representations at the table. I think we can all act the part of being pissed at each other.
Yeah, screw you, Jack.
Who's acting?
After those games we played earlier, oy. All right. So now that is it. That's my turn.
Okay.
So now we move on to the second week in the year, and the Jack is taken out.
Okay.
So going clockwise, it is Ryan, and your number is 10. Now, if you would like to read this, feel free. I'll try to. Oh my gosh, I cannot zoom in on it. It did not like that.
That's
here.
okay. If you can read it better, here I'll try.
Here.
There's
You've been
another
sharing your screen.
community.
I'm so sorry.
There's another community somewhere on the map. Where are they? What sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps to unify your community? Well, definitely there's another community somewhere on the map.
Oh, interesting.
Absolutely.
Okay. What sets them apart from us, and how are you going to draw them?
Too easy. So they would definitely be on the other side of the hill. And I even know how I want to represent the whole
Northern Hillers. Ugh.
Yeah.
Hate
Yeah, they're
I hate
put them
Northerners.
we'll put them up here. Gonna represent here?
Okay.
This is going a little. This is very
Yeah.
what-
They're bananas. They're fruit-based people. That's what
no,
sets
this is
them
very
apart.
representative.
Donkey Kong.
This is how we think of them. They are more of their symbol to us.
Sure.
Because they, while gamers are evil board game players, they only require candlelight to play their games. They are shunned by us. They don't need the electricity we need.
I see. Okay.
Said they even
Okay.
rolled dice. It's disgusting.
It's absolutely blech.
It's
Hate 'em.
wretched.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. The Candlelight Village over there. I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, would you like to start a discussion, discover something new, or start a project?
Let me think here. I suppose the discussion to continue on from before. There are those that suggest that the lights are this other community and that they are threatening. Those of us on this side of the hill, that the lights that we saw were actually their lights, and it was provocation.
I see. So that's sort of a statement.
Yeah, I'll just use a statement. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Niko, what is your response?
What is my response?
Yeah, to that statement.
That was my response. My actual response will be, what? Huh? What? No. My response will be that we should arm the people and prepare them for any possible attacks by the Candle Keepers.
I see. I think that arming the populace could be wise for many reasons and eventualities. And Ryan, you can make one more statement since you started with a statement, if you would like. But it's up to you. You don't have to.
I don't think. What else is there to say?
We heard
Direction is clear.
Okay, wonderful. It is now Niko's turn, the third week of spring.
All right.
Niko, you rolled an 8.
8.
8. That will be...
Where's the...
Where'd it go? Oh, no. Gosh, the PDFs are so hard to maneuver. Okay, there we
They're
go.
really not.
Okay. All right.
An old piece of machinery is discovered, broken, but perhaps repairable. What is it? What would it be useful for?
Or...
An old piece of machinery is discovered, cursed, and dangerous. How does the community destroy it?
productive or destructive? Which way will you go?
I think the machinery we have discovered is massive. The lights for a giant billboard facing the hill,
Okay.
facing the candle lighters.
Oh, like
I'll
the
draw that
Hollywood
out.
like spotlights, kind of.
Yeah, the floodlights that are on. So it's like one billboard, and it is pointing in the direction of the hill.
I see.
And we have found a way to not only turn on this billboard, maybe it's like an LED board that lets us display whatever we want at the people.
Okay. Okay.
Let me draw that out.
Interesting. And it is perhaps repairable, currently broken. But you have established what it is and what it could be useful for.
Specific. zoom in.
I love this
That
communication without their dirty candles.
But if we are able to repair this, there's the possibility of sending messages.
I see. Okay, perfect. And then once you draw that, or maybe while you're drawing that, even decide if you want to discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. We've been doing a whole lot of talking.
I think we should start a project on getting like a militant, a militia, arm the people.
Okay.
Maybe since we're in a mall, where we can find all the different what do you call it? Like the sportswear and stuff like that. Like get the hockey pads as armor, get the golf clubs. Maybe there's like archery, bow and arrows and stuff like that. I think that would be the way to go on this.
Okay. So we're ransacking the mall almost.
Ransacking the mall, taking it for all they got. I want to see what we could possibly do.
Okay. All right. How long do we think that would take in terms of weeks? We're probably not getting very, the highest quality of military equipment, but it's pretty close where we live. I'd say
I don't think it would take that long. You know, in Fallout 4 in Diamond City, where the guards had like the umpires' armor and they had baseball bats for weapons.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm picturing right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I think that could take a week of concerted effort since we already live here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think so.
but it essentially doesn't give us amazing gear against them, but does give us something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then just draw.
I'm sorry. I just realized that our field of flowers is right next to a power plant. No shit. No wonder why they died.
No, there's no connection, Niko. No
I mean,
connection.
The story writes itself.
Yeah. All right. For that project, we can put a tick. Or here, I'll put like in a darker color. A tick above the mall, and then Niko adds some manner of drawing to represent this militarizing of the mall.
That's a great question.
And
really
while you do that, I will roll the next number for me. All right. It is 6. 6. All right. 6. Are there children in the community? If there are, what is their role in the community? Or, how old are the eldest members of the community? What unique needs do they have? Now, I think we actually have some rather young children. And there aren't a lot of natural predators around, so their role in the community is actually kind of exploring the city. They're kind of our scouts, almost a kind of Maze Runner-esque vibe. These teenagers exploring the city outside the mall. They're fast, they're light, probably don't take a lot of food. I don't know how teenagers work.
So we have a team of ragtag teenagers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we do.
Which is good.
Okay.
I mean, this
And
franchise
really-
this franchise needs like a YA novel series to really take off. I think so. That's crucial.
I couldn't agree more.
I went as tiny pixel as I possibly can and drew out some guards. They're just lines. They're really tiny, but they represent the guards who protect the city.
Okay, I love it. I'm gonna draw
What are you drawing now?
kind of a collection of buildings down here.
Okay.
They're not big. It's like a maybe a nearby section of sort of urban development. for the YA novel to explore.
Absolutely,
YA novel teenagers.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Very hormonal. A lot of drama.
Yes.
Tons.
Yeah, everyone
but
is
tons of
banging
drama.
everyone. In
They're
this.
all looking at each other wistfully.
It wouldn't be right if it wasn't wistful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then I think I'm going to introduce a situation. Yeah. I think
Sorry, I'm gonna redo my billboard because I feel like I can do better.
you got a commitment to quality, Niko. I love that about you.
Thank you. Hey, subscribe to me on YouTube.
Bing, bang, boom. Subscribe to everyone. I think far in the distance, well over the river, there is a sudden dust cloud, a sudden mushroom cloud that develops. No one knows what it is. We didn't even really feel a rumbling at the time, but suddenly, this mushroom cloud-esque feature appeared in the distance. So, I don't know if that looks like a mushroom cloud or not. Maybe I'll add some red.
Well, first you want to draw a mushroom and then kind of go from there.
All right. Let's see. That's sort of... There we go. That looks better. It kind of looks like a tree, but it's a cloud. It's a mushroom cloud. It's an explosion. Boom.
Are you inspired by Oppenheimer?
Yeah, totally.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
This is the most
Is there a
elaborate,
movie?
promotional marketing any company has ever paid for. I can't believe we fit that in.
We were sponsored by Oppenheimer. We just knew that we needed to get it somewhere.
Yeah, they didn't want anything too
Christopher Nolan
overt.
is just a personal friend of mine.
Yeah. I said nothing too obvious, guys. Put it in
Right.
a couple hours into the show.
Yeah, after enough people have already left. Yeah. Okay, that is my situation. Oh, wait, my situation's supposed to be small. I just remembered that it's supposed to be.
What?
You going
You discovered a world-ending.
Yeah. Okay. So there was an explosion, but there were several explosions. I will modify my speech. Several explosions, and it has now, on the top of our tallest buildings with our strongest microscopes, we can see that it has settled into craters and rubble over there.
I'm not. Hold on. I'm not a scientist. Wouldn't they be telescopes at that point? Not. Is it considered a microscope?
Did I say microscope? Fuck.
You did say microscope.
Oh,
Wouldn't
no.
that be?
No.
Hold on.
Don't clip it.
I might be thrown off about the world that we're creating. Maybe that.
No, they're telescopes. I'm sorry.
I mean, if they are the best microscopes, maybe they have that. Like you can
They
dial
have
in.
like a telephoto lens on the
Maybe.
end. Okay.
That good.
Yeah. So that is my situation. There is now some sort of explosive that went off over here, and there's now crater.
All right.
Several small craters. So that is my week. Still largely in spring, and that was 6. I came up with the Maze Runner Kids. I forgot already. All right. 2. There is a large. Oh wait, sorry. I just went. It's Ryan's turn.
2. There's a large body of water on the map. Where is it? What does it look like? Or there's a giant man-made structure on the map. Where is it? Why is it abandoned?
You have a whole river to work off of.
I know we have a large. Well, yeah, it's a large water feature. There could also be a body of water. Rivers have to go somewhere. Except, I just noticed the beginning and end of this river are both off the map. So
We could erase it. Maybe we thought that it went off the map, and it actually doesn't.
That's fair. Yeah, we could always refactor.
that's fair. Yeah, we can change things.
We're working off of imperfect information. Or since we're in a city, there's a lot of possibilities for like an abandoned building of some kind.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah, a giant man-made structure. Let's. I like the idea of let's redefine the water. Let's say here. Let me switch over and
Yeah.
get something in. Whoa. That zoom is crazy. Let's say that there is. Let me change the size of my brush. Wait, it did say a large amount of water, right? Okay.
Yeah, large body of water.
Yeah. So let's say downriver from where we. Oh, that's black.
It's a pitch black tar pit.
I mean, that could still work.
That could work.
Boil well.
I could make any color work.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a. We'll say that where the river heads, they're into a large. I guess that'd be a lake. I don't know where you draw the line. Maybe smaller than a lake. What would that be? It's one of those.
A pond.
Pond sounds too small, but I guess it would be, right? Pond to there should be something in between.
Yeah.
And this is like the hill mountain thing all over.
Yeah. We have a lot of
our community can't go through this again.
A lot of weirdly sized natural features.
Very debated descriptions.
Welcome to Mountain Hill, where all of our natural proportions are totally off.
Mountain Hill, just up the road from Lake Pond.
Lake Pond.
From Pond Lake.
Pond Lake, of course.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I kind of love this world just for the dumb geographical proportions.
Yeah, really first draft. It's like calling something like, what was it, Blood River or whatever?
Blood Falls, yeah.
Blood Falls.
Yeah.
Just what were
like
they thinking? So I feel like we need another project. Would be another good project. Could we let's say that maybe there's some construction, sort of an off-site place to live, not in the mall. Let's say that as a result of sort of the militarizing of the Dick's Sporting Goods that's happening in the mall,
we had to kick out all the civilians.
That's right. There are some people that maybe they want to get back to nature. They're going to go across the river and start a new settlement somewhere over there.
And
So
this
begin
is
building it.
that's across the big river. Are they
State
like
lines?
Yeah, are they like kind of
Good
taking
point.
everything and settling, or are they fixing the bridge first, or what are they?
Oh, yeah, maybe fixing. Yeah, they're going to start the bridge for the purposes of starting a new settlement. That's a good. Yeah.
Okay. Do we? Okay. I think how long it takes to fix the bridge probably depends on whether or not we want to make it weight bearing for vehicles or just for foot traffic. Those are probably pretty different.
Yeah.
Ryan, what are you determining for this project?
I would say they're just going to do foot traffic. They're just going to get the bare essentials needed.
Okay. So Ryan, Niko, do you think maybe 3 weeks to make sure it's safe? I don't know.
This was a plot line in The Walking Dead.
What?
How many episodes did it take them?
That's a good question.
It was a good amount. I mean, they blew it up later. Spoilers. They blew it up later.
Oh no. Yeah, let's say 3
Darn
weeks.
it. All right, 3 weeks. So we've got 3 tallies. We'll erase 1 every week from now on. Until
Okay.
it is, and we start work. We're starting work. All right, Niko, you get. Oh, and I thought that this might happen. So we just did 2. Now we have 1, the ace.
Oh, the ace.
Mm-hmm.
What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Or are there distinct family units in the community? If so, what family structures are common? Here's what I think is going down.
He's immediate. He's with it.
we have people who are leaving the mall.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I think what is happening is that there is the caste system. The hierarchy of this mall is based off of what store you live in.
Yeah.
So if you live in like what's like a really, if you live in like the
Gucci store?
now I don't know if Gucci has mall outlets.
The
But like your
Dillards.
personality dictates, like if you're like the goth kid live in the Hot Topic, you know?
Naturally.
This is
Like,
great for the
maybe-
YA novel. This is basically
Maybe the
Divergent.
Spencer's Goods is like the red light district, you know?
Oh.
Like the Victoria's Secret's like the red light district, and then the red light district. You could have the K Jewelers as like the Ritz, like the upperclassmen, you know?
Sure.
And then your main hub is going to be the food court.
Mhm.
Naturally.
That's like the marketplace.
Certainly.
The marketplace is the food court.
Yeah.
And then all the different stores, like your middle class is going to be like your basic clothing retail store.
Mhm.
And then, of course, you have the cult of gamers and the GameStop.
Naturally.
Yeah, of course. That only.
I'm
makes
basing
sense.
this off of the only mall that's nearby me right now.
Off of the stores in there, yeah.
Yeah, I've only, God, it's mostly just clothing stores.
Yeah, at this point.
And then there would have to
But,
be
like-
there's the one what's our version of like the Portal Rat Man, and all he does he's from Annie Ann's pretzel stand to pretzel stand. That's where he abides, right? But he's formed a series of complex tunnels to get
Between
from
the
one to
pretzel
next.
stands. He's the pretzel man. He's coming
He
for
knows
you.
the currency of the future. He knows what is coming, and he's prepared.
Oh, he's an individual that's getting added to the index card. Is the Annie Ann's pretzel man?
So the reason why people are trying to leave the mall, the reason why people are like leaving the mall is because there's no more stores left. There's no more outlets left. You know, they are the lowest of classes where
Right.
they can't even afford to live in an outlet.
Right. So in that case,
yeah,
are these
they
for the
have to leave.
distinct family units, or these for which group has the highest status?
I think this is the group. This is the status.
Okay.
This is the highest status, and in order to gain yourself included into this group, I don't know. I feel like the Dick's Sporting Goods is kind of like the barracks, you know, like the military base, and so and that's higher up than like the middle class clothing outlets.
Is that higher
So
than
in
like
order-
the K Jewelers, like the?
Hey, Jewelers, I think, is at the top. I think they use like the diamond jewelry and stuff like that as like their highest form of currency.
I see.
Yeah.
So what do we do to gain inclusion into the K Jewelers?
Oh, I think probably bringing something back from the outside world.
Human sacrifice.
Human sacrifice could be on there.
Okay.
But I think you could gain access to the Dick's Sporting Goods if you exhibit physical athleticism. I think you
Sure.
can gain access to K Jewelers if you bring something back from the outside world, outside of the mall, which is why the tertiary motivation of the runners of our teenage ragtag
Naturally.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the way
they're
out.
trying to, some of them are trying to find, like, I want to support my family, I'm trying to find resources. Some of them are like, I'm trying to find something valuable so I can be one of the K Jewelers.
Okay. All right. How are we going to represent this hierarchy on the map?
I'm
Maybe
gonna make a diamond. I'll make a big diamond.
on the top of the mall to show who's in charge.
Yeah. to demonstrate who's in charge here.
Okay. All right. Very nice. And now, are you doing a discussion, a project, or is there a new situation that we need to be aware of, Niko?
Hold on, I'm drawing my diamond.
This
Jesus.
is very important.
It is.
It's a good
I
diamond.
think. Thank you. Jesus. What's our situation? Or what's? I think we should continue the bridge project.
The bridge project's
do that?
going. It's
Oh, okay.
It's
so
just
I can't take my turn to continue the project.
well, no, it'll just auto tick. So actually, during your turn, right after you finish the card, one tick goes away.
Awesome.
So we are making progress.
I think we should. What would a situation be? Can you give me an example of like what a situation would be?
Something like the craters that I came up with, or some of their example situations are: there's a dried up well on the edge of town, mangy wolves have been slinking around in the woods at night, or a self-declared prophet arrives. Any of those would be a situation.
I want there to be like factions and stuff being created in the mall, but I don't know how to draw that.
Mm-hmm. It's hard.
Yeah, I feel like I need to make something outside of this mall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'll do? I'll say one of our runners has discovered a map to a jewelry store on somewhere in the city.
I see.
I gotta. You'll like this. I hope you'll like this. One of the runners, alongside that, they find the original plans for the mall, and where the K's is, like, because I imagine these are almost like religious levels of like devotion to these things, but it was originally planned to be in a different location, far less advantageous. That this is the true territory of this faction was somewhere completely different.
And there's question: did they change it? Did someone
Has the
else?
potential to disrupt the entire order of things.
Entire social
Right.
order. Okay.
Love
I do like the idea of there being a jewelry store somewhere out there as like a treasure hunt kind of. As
Oh,
like
yeah.
the El Dorado.
Yeah. Maybe it's
Gotta piece together
The Timbuktu.
well, maybe it's the K Jewelers headquarters. It's their HQ.
Yes.
And that's where they found the plans for these expansions within the mall.
Their HK.
Yeah.
It's considered the brand. The corporate would really like you to. It's the HK, not the HQ.
HK
It's just a thing.
is the branding
Come
is
on.
really important.
Is that
It's
right?
huge.
Oh.
Yes. It's just
Margaret
what
really
people
gets on my
know.
ass about
The-
it. It's
Oh my
very
God.
great.
The head K, is that what it stands for? What is the
Mr. K.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just going to draw a K on the map.
Okay. Okay. Maybe on top of like a skyscraper or something, like, so that it's more clear it's a building.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just make it like a blue skyscraper, and that blue skyscraper represents the blue represents the K.
You know, it would be really fun. I actually think maybe I think I'm pulling this idea from a I don't know if they're still doing it or is it, but the McElroys, I think, latest campaign, did they focus it on like a carnival or like a fairgrounds or something? Because now I'm just thinking about how fun it would be to run something with like a mall map, like a modified,
Yeah.
like that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Obviously really small that'd be a really fun.
No, that'd be
way to
really
think
fun
about
for
the
like
world.
a limited series or a one shot.
Yeah.
I really want to run this now.
Clearly, there's like a lot of stuff we could mine from this.
Yeah.
I know. Just the fact, like a mall, like survivors in a mall, like with a caste system and factions based off of the store that they live in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's such a possibility.
Well,
Yeah.
it feels like an old school like board game too, where you'd find like passageways through
Totally.
to different
Yeah.
What
Hidden
secrets does this mall
passages.
hold?
Yeah, you might find like a hidden. It's easy to find like a hidden storehouse in the back of a store
it.
that no one could get into before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that has great possibility.
Here's
Okay.
actually we're totally diverting. I'll
I
bring
don't,
it
well,
back
that's
around.
one of the reasons that I thought this would be a good game is to get our creative juices.
No, but
Juicing.
like
Oh, I'm juicing.
so steal this idea. I've never. This is kind of more on the crafty side of it, but it's. I don't think it would be that complicated to do.
Uh-huh.
I've always wanted to do. You know, like the scratch off kind of material. You can sort of do that at home. I've
Okay.
always wanted to try to do that with a map that my players had, but this would make a ton of sense if you were sort of new in the world of like the mall, where so basically you make your map and then you basically put a layer of that scratch material over covering it, so like as they go from place to place they could literally be like uncovering
Like
what's
scratching
there. Like,
off
they
the
wouldn't know
map.
what the stores. Yeah, I've wanted to try that, but I haven't
and then
ever.
Each store has a different smell.
It's a Willy Wonka thing, right? You got to lick the wallpaper. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
100%.
The Cinnabon is what everyone's looking for. But
Or
then you get to the Spencers.
I was gonna say, what if they all
no.
become 2,000 years later?
No, that sounds super sick. That almost sounds like a like a Pandemic Legacy-esque
Exactly.
board
Yeah,
game.
totally.
Where like you reveal things as you go. Yeah, that would be sweet.
Mhm. Yeah.
It was great.
All right.
I love this game.
It's fun. And then you have a nice map
Yeah.
that you can like reference afterward and
Yeah.
you have like a little story. It's real fun. I did this. I played this game during the session 0 before my last campaign. And so my players did this for basically the hub world or the hub town.
Nice.
And then I took what they made and aged it 100 years into the future. So things were
nice.
like distinctly different. They didn't have like an encyclopedic knowledge of everything, but they found like
Right.
Easter eggs from their thing all over the place, which was really fun.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Now we've already done the Jack. Now we have the 4 for me. Let's see. What is the 4? What important or basic tools does the community lack, or where are you storing your food? Why is this a risky place to store things? I like the idea that this mall there was kind of a port over here. And one of the reasons that the outlet mall is over here is because it had really easy access to river traffic. And we're still keeping the majority of our foodstuffs in the port because it's colder, it's near the water. We can get kind of submerged storage. Fishing as well, yeah. So, but it's a risky place to store things because it would be pretty easy for someone to cross the river at dark and sneak into the port. It would be fairly simple. Okay. So I'm just gonna draw like a little. Oh, I'm on the eraser. That's why it wasn't working.
Don't erase my mall.
Don't erase the mall.
Anything but the mall.
So we got kind of this long building. I'm from Kansas. I don't know what ports look like. And then
It's definitely
He's never
buildings.
seen a large body of water.
yeah. We have some pond lakes.
Think of a cornfield, but like all water.
God.
I don't get it. Where do you walk?
You don't. You don't, bud. That's what boats are
women.
for.
That's
Women.
insane. All right.
Oh, that's really well done.
Oh, thank you. All right, that's the port. And then after I build the port, we get rid of this.
One more tick, right?
Yep, one more tick on that project. And then I am going to suggest, or not suggest, no suggesting here. I'm going to start a project.
Okay.
We're gonna fix that billboard. We're gonna fix that billboard. We need a way to communicate across the lake once this bridge is done. Nice and easy. We can send orders back and forth with our nice little billboard. So I'm going to suggest that we start that. Although I guess what is our scarcity is power, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is tricky.
So actually, before we do that, I think I'm going to order a project to get, I think, power to the port. You know, kind of extend these power lines down, put them at least within range of our LED billboard.
This is exactly why people are building a bridge to leave. Because of this type of nonsense.
This time, you're
They
taking
knew it was
a.
coming. They're getting back to nature, getting out of here before the power corrupts.
Yeah. Going into our dead cornfields as God intended.
You know what that phrase means.
they've read it a lot, and they think
Yeah.
that's what that means.
In the Barnes and Noble that's in the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, about King, the noble King Barnes. Yeah, there's been a lot of mutated history by it.
I love that.
I don't know how far flung this future is, but let's say really far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long would it take to get power back? I'm thinking it's going to take a while. We got to traverse the water. Maybe like even 6 weeks? I don't know.
I think so.
6 weeks. And you also need people with electrical knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, who knows what
Yeah.
the electrical knowledge is in this post-apocalypse.
So do we say, 6 weeks and then, maybe it's not even done by then. We check back in.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Why can't I?
This is high clerical work going on. This is,
I gotta make my tallies. Oh, that's not how you do tallies. Nope. Ignore that. Ignore that.
Your 6 tally with your microscope.
Guys, the tests of intelligence were earlier. Stop it.
That's true. That's true.
I was testing you, not me.
I've got a tally going on my side over here. I'll just update that one.
Oh shoot. All right, so we're working on
Ryan's
that.
turn now?
Now it is Ryan's turn.
Okay.
Ryan, you get the joy, the privilege, some might say,
Yes.
of reading number 9.
A charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins her, start a project to reflect. Or a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous activity. Why does she do this? How does the community respond?
What do you think, Ryan?
Interesting.
Intriguing.
Very much so. Well, I think given I feel like what's really been lacking attention has been the YA side of our world, the franchise.
Hell yeah.
And if there's a charismatic young girl, there's definitely a project she's starting and drawing people in. What would be fitting for?
There's the Mary Kay map.
I was gonna say she's completing the map. I think that's the. I think she wants to expose the truth that the maps reveal, whatever that is.
Oh, I see.
I think that she would like to. Here's the So the project is actually. It's a race against time, because while everyone is distracted, fixing the power lines, they're going to use, let's say, candlelight on the billboard to spread the message of what they've uncovered.
Candlelight?
The jeweler maps. Yeah. They're gonna act. They're spreading the propaganda, whatever they've learned, whatever truth they've uncovered. So there is a rival project to use the billboard for nefarious purposes. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a rival project to sort of retrofit the billboard to be like a candlelight instead of LED.
I think if or like they found solar panels, and so they can completely subvert the need for the power plant. They're going to instead run it that way, which may take just as many weeks to get enough light to do it. So it's a race against time.
I see. So they are trying to complete these before they complete the power lines, because then they'll be very great and noble heroes.
They'll get the message out. They'll bring an end to whatever horrible Maze Runner, Hunger Games stuff has been going on. Yeah,
I see. So because they'll have the
society,
have the power, they'll have the control over the billboard.
This is it. This is the big deal.
I'm tracking. Okay. So draw those solar panels, baby.
Okay.
Where are they at?
Where would they be? Well,
Is this a project?
This is a project.
This is considered a project, I think.
It is. Yeah, if there's a text in bold, it is related to a mechanic.
Yeah. So I just
It's a bold move.
It is a bold move, and you can draw something as normally a project has to affect something that's already on the board, but you're drawing it as part of the card and then doing a project.
Right. So, that's too thick.
Okay. And then
So I will work on this.
Okay. And then you also, so that project is just part of your prompt. You now get to either do a discussion, a situation, or another project.
Let's say a discussion. Let's maybe not a discussion. What else would the No, we can do discovery. I think that the activities on the bridge have drawn some sort of strange pond, lake, river creatures swimming upstream and have begun attacking people fixing up the bridge. How about that?
Oh,
There's
no. Okay. Does this delay the bridge project? Because the bridge project was going to be finished this week.
I mean, it was going so well.
It really was.
I mean,
So in that case, is this? Would you say that situation is causing this tally not to tick?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Stalled it.
So then the solar panels you said are probably going to take as long as the power lines.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, what do these kids know, right? And they have to basically act in secret.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So there are.
This is like second or third book material, but yeah,
Right.
it's a two-parter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So there are 6 weeks on the solar panels, and Ryan, draw your pond monsters.
Oh yeah, pond monsters, got it.
Okay, and the week does not tick. And should we? I mean, it's up to us. We can determine it. Is that on permanent hold until the pond monsters are dealt with?
I think so.
I think that would be fair. Niko, what do you think?
I agree.
Okay. So our bridge, so close to being done, has been interrupted. Okay. And now for Niko, the wonderful king card.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I'm actually more, okay, a young boy starts digging in the ground and discovers something unexpected. What is it? Or an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done?
What has he done?
Okay. I'd like the old man confessing to atrocities.
I like your pond monsters.
I'm going to say his atrocity is that he is responsible for the death of the bees.
Oh my god.
What?
He is the man single-handedly responsible for the bees going extinct.
And at this point, everybody even forgot about the bees. They were so invested
I'm
in
bringing
all
it
the
right back.
Yeah, we're
bring it
getting
back.
it
all
back.
back around.
Hell yeah. Okay. So it's so he is responsible for the bees. What did he do to get rid of the bees? How can you represent that on the map?
I'll tell you what he did. He built the pipeline that sent all the pollution from the power plant to this flower thing right here, flower field.
And that was
And
the
he's like,
one.
Yeah, where are you guys gonna put it? You got a better idea? Got to get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah. And that was
All
the
this waste.
one field that had the bees. That was the bee field.
That was
It
the
was.
bee field.
It was known as that. Well, it used to be called that.
Right. Of course. Now it's just the field because
It makes it a lot harder to talk about.
it really does. Oh yeah, nice. It's like a Mario pipe. Oh my gosh.
Mario pipe, thank you.
The cult is interested.
The cult.
The cult is very interested in this Mario pipe.
And
The
now
pipe.
very upset with this. What would you say? This Mr. Bowser? That's who was responsible for the?
I think that's fair. Would you say that that's fair, Niko? That his name is Bowser,
Bowser's a real name that people have, so yeah.
like Gary Bowser?
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah. There's some Marios out there. There's some Luigis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Bowser, the man responsible for destroying the bees.
And he's I think he's gonna be a Mary Kay guy.
Oh, no.
I see.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So
Okay.
he faces no punishment for his crimes.
So are you going to hold a discussion about this? Is there some manner of project to fix it or something else, or are you discovering something new?
Okay, I had this idea. But I think it would be cool if we discovered a highway
Ah.
that, some kind of highway that connects parts of the map.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the discovery I want to make.
Okay. Where's it at?
Do you want me to draw it out?
Yeah.
I will draw that out. It might take a little bit. but
Yeah,
that's-
this
that's
is
the
your...
discovery.
I will say this is kind of like my crater thing. It's supposed to be a very small discovery.
Well, I feel like a highway isn't going to affect the game too much.
Fair enough.
I'm going to use the bridge as kind of like my connector.
I see. This was... All right. And so while this situation is being discovered, it is my turn to get a prompt. So we just did 13. This thing is supposed to only give me unique numbers, and it is failing frequently. It is constantly...
Do we only have the queen left?
What?
I feel like we only have the queen left.
No, we have quite a few left.
Oh, okay.
We have 3, 5, 7, and queen. So actually not that many. And this gave me 5. All right. There is a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what? I think there is a disquieting legend about over here next to the candle keepers. There is a legend that the candle keepers have been constructing some sort of eldritch machinery that they will march along the highway and across the bridge to invade us if that damned bridge is ever complete. I'm glad for the pond monsters, one am I. Personally. All right, so they have this oozy kind of boxy shape that sort of looks a little weird because Jack's a bad drawer, and it has this weird hook in the front and 2 little legs in the back, and who knows how it's gonna run? Who even knows if it's a war machine? Certainly not I. But I'm still going to
Peace
spread the disquieting legend
What
about
are the
it.
odds of that? Yeah.
All right. And then it has a thing that looks like a gut on the top.
Unmistakable.
What if they just made a tank? What if they just found a tank?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what it is? That's the legend, is that the candle keepers are constructing this abomination.
Definitely.
All right. And then as a discussion, I am going to make the statement that this legend is poppycock, and we need to have the militia deal with the pond monsters post-haste in order to complete the bridge.
I agree.
Delightful. All right.
Yes.
Yes. I am delighted that we're in
Great
agreement.
discussion.
that we're such a unified community.
Yeah.
But the pond monsters are a problem. Or the lake
Yeah.
That's fair.
pond monster.
That's fair. Yeah, that's the only issue anyone had was that I called it a pond monster. It's a lake monster.
Or it's a pond. It's a pond that's named Lake. It's Lake Pond.
I see. Lake
Pond Lake.
pond.
Well,
Well.
this is another legend
Yeah.
about this place.
Okay. So that was my discussion.
Very
And
productive.
all right, Ryan, you are number 3.
Someone new arrives who, or 2 of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them? Well, I've done enough to drive the plot for the YA novel, so someone new arrives.
Oh, and I will also note on my turn, both the solar
Yeah.
panels and the transmission lines complete a project.
Okay.
So someone new arrives.
Someone new arrives on the far side of the bridge, traveling with a torchlight,
Oh.
and it's someone who's come to discuss the tension between these 2 civilizations.
Okay.
See. Okay. All right, draw your torchbearer.
Oh, great! I'm always like, why did I do that to me? Like, I know me.
How do I
Why would I
draw?
do that?
Okay. And as you're drawing,
Yes.
discussion, project, or discover something new.
I mean, definitely the discussion, the question is what should be done about this newcomer? Should we, invite them into the mall and discuss, or should they be kept out?
Okay. Niko, is your response first?
I say, I say we have the discussion, but not in the mall. We have it on neutral territory. Maybe we do the billboard as neutral territory.
You are all fools. This is clearly a spy sent to extract the secrets of our power. We must prevent him from ever crossing the river, lest he discover the ways of our society.
Mhm.
And Ryan, you do
Cannot
get
know,
Ryan
cannot
gets
know
one
Hill
extra
Mountain
statement.
secrets.
Yeah, no, none of our secrets.
I will say then that, given the tension and the response, the torchbearer will return home.
Oh no, you're speaking for the community. This is just a
I'm
discussion.
speaking for the community?
Yeah, this is just a discussion. Torchbearer's there. What do you have to say about it?
My bad.
No, I'll go.
I think that, I think neutral ground makes sense.
All right. If we were playing with contempt tokens, I would take one. You're all fools. All right.
Unless, only through peace.
Uh-huh. Only through peace, my sweet patootie. Let's see.
Words mean things, Jack.
Yeah, so we are either on 7 or queen. Let's see what it is. It is 7. Niko, you are number 7.
Okay. Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or what natural predators roam this area are you safe? You know what? I feel like people do sleep in the mall. They sleep in their little stores, but the people who own the mattress store are very selective over who gets to sleep and how they sleep.
You got to bring like a bribe. You gotta sweeten the
Yeah,
palms.
you gotta really sweeten the pot with the mattress people.
You're
What's like
you're
a
saying
mattress chain?
you could say these people are Bed Bath and Beyond contempt when it comes to
Yeah,
get
they
it. Get
are.
in. That was beautiful.
And so the poorer people don't get as good a sleep as like the K Jewelers or the Dick's Sporting Goods people.
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
Clearly.
And
Lots
then
of
there's people who live in the Apple store, and I feel like they're the most destitute because they have no power.
and they, they're around Apple products.
Yeah, I don't know how to draw that on the map.
Maybe like an extra like add-on to the mall, like a little addition.
Yeah, I'll add something to the mall.
We're expanding. All right, and after your 7 of hearts, you will also need to bring a discussion, a project, and/or a situation.
I think. I think the situation is going to be that our ragtag team of runners are coming into conflict with our sporting good guards.
Oh, I see. Maybe there was an incident out somewhere that you could draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely draw it.
That is one of the struggles with the game, is finding ways to draw your ideas, but that's also the fun of it. At the end, you get to look through everything and see all of your failures.
I have to think what the altercation is.
While Niko is thinking, both of the projects progress.
I feel like the altercation would need to happen at some place.
I think it happened. I think I know what's gonna happen. Don't worry.
And it's gonna be the climactic scene at the end of probably the third movie. So like you got to keep that in mind.
Yeah. That this is like at
this
least
is third movie material.
Yeah, this is like level 11, maybe 12. This is like the mini boss of the arc.
Yeah, this is when they realize like, oh, we can't trust the sporting good cards, you know.
The establishment.
Right. Well, and one of
this is
the
when they realize the establishment's not on their side.
That's right, because one of the runners, they see it has like changed sides, and he like puts on like the hockey mask, and it's like, oh shit.
Oh no!
I think actually there's gonna be one on the inside. I think a guard went missing, and one of the runners took the guard's uniform and is now undercover as a rat.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I drew a little like helmet and baseball bat on the floor, symbolizing the fallen guards.
I see.
Yes.
I see. That is the site of a great battle.
I think it's just kind of like an altercation, not really a battle, but just like a.
Fair enough.
Like, maybe they were going back and forth between their solar panel project.
Yeah.
And then the guards found them, and they couldn't leave any witnesses.
I see. Okay. The final one for spring. After spring, we will be officially moving into summer. Queen, what's the most beautiful thing in this area, or what's the most hideous? Now, I'm gonna lighten it up. We've had a lot of negativity in the recent.
Tension is ratcheting up. Yes.
In the recent weeks, and I think that one of our great and glorious runners who we all love and there's no tension with, discovered deeper into the city. They had originally kind of trekked around like this, but they find in the middle of several buildings is a totally like overgrown like park area that actually has some natural predators, natural prey, and the big news: a bee was sighted. Certainly has not taken it out of scarcity, but some are proposing a project to start a breeding program from this park.
These bees need to fuck.
That's what we need. That's what I'll give America. More bees. All right. And so that is what they find. Lots of tangled overgrowth in this nice park. And
in
then
this urban hellscape, we have the solace of nature.
yeah, and then there is one solitary black and white dot. All right. And then I get to propose a project, or
Possibilities are endless.
the possibilities. I am going to start a project to root out the pond monsters. We all agreed it had to be done. We're taking the militia. We're doing it.
All right.
This is a declaration of war
It's the pond monsters.
against the pond monsters. This is a great arc. This is like a great 2. We're kind of doing it out of order, but I think the pond monsters are a great arc.
There's the pond monster arc, and then we have the YA arc, and then we have this weird political, like Game of Thrones with the candle people.
Yeah.
And then there's
Nobody's
the
ever
bee
tried
intrigue.
Nobody's ever tried the different genres, just like all part of the same world before. That's what we're gonna really innovate.
Exactly. Well, we're
We're gonna be
creating
the new Star Wars.
Yeah, we're creating a setting as a whole. People can tell any kind of story here.
We're also all of the brand names in use. They must stay in. There's no editing.
Yeah.
They cannot be changed. That is a must. That makes it completely unmarketable.
Yeah. If you try to use this setting without those brand names, we will copy strike you.
We have final. We have final cut.
Yeah.
Completely.
100%.
True to the vision. Everything falls apart if you take it all out. Yeah.
I agree. If you called it not the Apple Store, the Tangerine Store, patooey.
Or like in Victorious and all the Nickelodeon shows, how it's pear products.
Yeah. Exactly.
And all the phones are pear shaped.
Yeah.
All those sellouts. Yeah. Stay true to our art.
Yeah. All right. How many weeks is it going to take us to root out the pond monsters?
How many pond monsters are there? I'm picturing the Mirelurks from Fallout.
That's fair. There's enough to shut down construction.
I'll say 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I think 4 weeks is a fair timeline.
Yep.
I think it's fair and
But
based.
this means that the sporting guards are weaker because they're sending more units to face off against the pond monsters. That leaves our ragtag runners a chance to take some power.
Oh, certainly. We are spreading thin.
And it depletes their supply of kayaks and the the swim gear, like the various, like I mean that was they relied on that.
Gear.
Oh yes, certainly. The flippers,
air tanks. They took all of it.
Yeah.
It's expensive stuff.
All right. Well, that moves us on to summer, and
who's beginning summer?
Maybe we can rotate one space. So I began spring, so we'll have Ryan begin summer. And I will say, as the game progresses, the prompts get less and less kind. So don't worry if you feel like
brutal so far.
If you feel like we've been too kind, don't worry. It only gets worse.
Okay.
All right. And Ryan, you are going to start at the end with the king. Summer is fleeting. Discard the top 2 cards of the top deck and take 2 actions this week.
Oh.
Wow.
So you get no prompts. We discard.
No prompts.
So we discard 13. We discard 10. And we discard 7. All right.
Wow.
All right.
But you get
So
two actions.
Two actions.
Two actions.
Two actions. Okay.
And after that, all of the projects tick down.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see then. Probably some discovery. What would be a good discovery?
Let's see.
What is lacking? Okay. So from the, let's say the conversation with the torchbearer bears some new evidence or some new learnings.
See.
The reason he's there to speak to them is actually just on the back of the discovery of the park in the city. He said he was sent to talk options because while they have a presence out on the road, he doesn't mention specifically the mechanical something of legend, but he says the explosions from far out west coming from the holes, their people have heard buzzing. And that's why he's there, to discuss what should happen next with everyone in town. So that would be the that's the discovery, is buzzing sounds from whatever happened out west.
Okay.
Which I can draw buzzing for sure.
Yeah. Draw that onomatopoeia. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we got a lot of that going on. Hold on. Gotta zoom, and then I got to pan. Hold on, I got to pan over. Give me probably hand. There we go.
What are you cooking?
Yeah.
I gotta zoom and pan.
Oh, the
do both.
frying pan. Whoa.
And then I need to. I've got a lot of projects going on.
We do.
Because I need to do another one, right?
Yeah, you need to take another action.
Okay.
Good open discussion.
Yeah.
Maybe a discussion
Certainly.
about what. Basically, the discussion is: do we team up with the light? We've used a lot of different names. Light keepers, let's say.
Yeah, sure.
Or do we remain enemies?
All
I
right.
feel like we have a lot to offer them. They have a lot to offer us. Going to war with each other would be silly. So we should try to be buddies.
To be frank, I don't think that we've been hostile enough. Is is the way that I would put it. I think rather than just hostility, I think that this is clearly a trap and justification for all-out war and raids. And I feel as though we are never listened to.
Okay.
All right. And Ryan, what do you have for this conversation?
Yeah, maybe it's time we send a real message to the light keepers.
What's that supposed to be?
This,
that was
this emissary they sent maybe never goes
disturbingly-
back.
Oh, you're on my side. I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy, this is gonna be rough.
Okay. Very
Because
nice.
summer is short.
Summer is short and winter is long. All right.
Or sorry, summer is fleeting is what it said.
Oh, summer is fleeting. That's true. Okay, Niko, it is your go.
What's me card?
Your guard is 8.
8. Someone tries to take control of the community by force.
Is
Do
it
they
the light
succeed? Why do they do this? Well, right now the K Jewelers are in charge.
They are. But there is another option, Niko. You can't
Oh, shit.
neglect the other
Yeah.
option.
I'm sorry, I forget there are 2 options. I just got so excited by the idea of a coup. A headstrong community member decides to put one of their ideas in motion. Start a foolish.
We've already been doing that. We've been
Yeah.
doing lots of foolish projects.
Yeah.
Oof. This is tough.
It's hard.
I think. Ugh. Oh boy.
I can hear the dice rattling around in there. He's coming up with some numbers.
I like the idea of someone trying to take power.
Mm-hmm.
And I think since the people at the Dick Sporting Goods, I call them the sporting guards.
Uh-huh.
I think the
Love it.
sporting guards are running low on supplies.
Mm.
And
They're in this
they
war
can't
against the
wait.
Mirelurks. They're defending the transmission line. There's too much.
There's too much going on. They need to be in control. They can't be waiting for the rubber stamps at the K Jewelers to let them do what they need to do, right?
It's a
So
military,
this is a military coup.
I see.
Yeah. I think the Dick Sporting people realize they have all the weapons, they have all the armor, they have the people to do it. They're gonna try to take over the mall by taking out the K Jewelers.
So we got why do they do this? Niko, do they succeed? The runners certainly wouldn't be happy about this. Would they fight back? What happens?
But I don't think the runners would side with the Jewelers. Is the thing.
They, after their skirmish, they found common ground.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would side with any of them.
Oh, I see.
But without, I think. Oh, this is tough. Why did I write myself into a corner? Because the guards are stretched very thin, so I think it's a 50-50 chance.
Hey, you want to flip a coin?
What if we leave it to BD?
Oh, on like,
What if
do
it's
they succeed?
Yeah.
We're going into the
Maybe-
perspective of like the runners. They haven't been back to the mall yet.
What if we do like a death saving throw thing? What if I roll, and then if I get 3 successes, like every single turn I roll, and then on 3 successes they succeed, and on 3 fails they fail.
Oh, sure.
Love it.
All right. I wonder if I have dice at my desk. I am dice brain. That is. Pop it in my brain. I do have dice. Okay.
So, this is a question for you then, Niko. Are the guards continuing the Mirelurk project while this happens?
I think they probably pulled their forces back, but yes, they are going to continue.
So maybe we add a tally, or just don't.
Maybe we
take
just
it
don't
down.
tally. We don't tally this time, but we will tally intermittently.
Okay.
But everything else gets a tally.
Okay.
That's my D20.
Transmission line's almost done. So are the solar panels.
Okay, and I will roll to see how the first bout of combat goes.
Okay.
This isn't just one battle and it's over. This is an all-out war in the mall. This is an all-out
sure.
civil war.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. That's a 16. They've succeeded.
Okay.
They've
So-
taken the lower half of the mall, but the upper half still belongs to the K Jewelers. But the lower half belongs to the sporting guards.
Okay. That's 1 tick for the sporting guards. I love it. Okay, it
I'm
is.
sorry that I introduced this completely new mechanic to the game. But I like the drama. I like the tension. I like
course.
will they, won't they.
That's
Yes.
awesome. No, I love it. Okay. 3 of diamonds. Summer is a time for production and tending to the earth. Start a project related to food production, or summer is a time for conquest and the gathering of might. Now, I'm going to say that there is...
Could be the start of the bees.
It could be the start of the bees. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I should let the current military conflict play out. We'll start
I
a
love FBI.
we'll start a production related to the bees. We will start on this side of the river, and I think that it's kind of a little bit of a cheeky placement. The bridge people that originally wanted to cross have basically seen that crossing does not seem like it's happening anytime soon.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, and with the discovery of the bees, they think maybe we can reconnect to nature deeper into the city, a sort of urban druid, if you will. So, they are going to begin the construction of a sort of greenhouse. What do you call a bee?
The hive.
Yeah, sort of greenhouse hive situation where they can get the bees the care that they deserve.
I think it'd be cool if we called them the hive. This is my motion.
That's your discussion.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm into it. Okay, so they are. How long do we think a greenhouse and hive would take? How many weeks?
If they're building a greenhouse from scratch?
Probably not from scratch. It's like a lot of retrofitting,
Okay.
I would say.
If they're retrofitting something, I would say 3 weeks.
That works.
Okay.
I think you're right.
So we'll throw a 3 on there, and then this week after that project, dun dun dun.
Oh, the bridge is complete.
No, not the bridge yet because
no,
of the
no,
Mirelurks.
No, the bridge is frozen. Yeah.
The power. Both of our power producers have finished production on schedule. I would say sufficiently knocking out power as one of our scarcities. Now, it's debatable as to who controls it at any given time, but it's there. So now the bees are the only thing in scarcity.
I was gonna say, yeah, the power is back.
So we have, and we can maybe connect.
You drop power line.
Yeah, connect some of these transmission lines over to the dock with some patches. There we go. And
Now we need to get the power from the dock to the mall.
Yeah.
However,
Can you imagine?
The solar panel people weren't they trying to connect to the billboard?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Yeah.
That was. Yeah.
So solar
I think this
panel
means they're
people.
connected to the billboard.
But imagine the shift in power if all of a sudden the gamers in the mall could actually play their games. I mean, this does nothing for the jewelers.
Yeah.
This is like the unseen conflict that's been brewing the whole time.
That's true.
While everyone's been fighting out front, meanwhile in the back,
the engineers
gamers
are
have been
doing
working on the
it.
power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gamers rise up.
They plug in those old Ataris and
Uh-huh.
I love it. Okay. I will say I think, and then I'm going to create a situation after the billboard lights up and we start, putting out messages. I think we start getting responses, but not from where we anticipated. Oh,
yeah.
There are, introduce a situation. There are a series of teeny tiny, foothills. Not even worth being called hills, I would say, compared to our mighty hill of our community. And they have always been dark in the night. But as we turn on the billboard and start putting messages out, maybe even hostile messages towards the light keepers, what have you, we start seeing blinked responses in the dark. And it is unclear if they are candlelight or electric light.
Oh boy.
A lot of
What
mysteries out
next?
here.
I need to roll.
Oh yeah, you need to
That's
roll.
another 16 for the sporting guards.
Oh.
So they're just about the jewelers are in their final stand right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And I would say, maybe even with the new gamers rising up, it might even be reasonable to say that the sporting goods will have advantage on their next roll.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I might say that. All right, Ryan, it is your turn. I will get
Okay.
you your number, good sir.
Oh, the Meyer lurks need to tick down,
Oh, yes, the Mirelurks do need to tick down.
and the honey people. Oh no, that was this turn.
That was this turn, yeah. Okay, it is 7. 7 is... Oh, wait, no, 7 is thrown out. It can't be 7. Haha, you fool. You thought it would be 7? I forgot to note Niko's. Niko, which one did you do? 8.
I did, yeah.
Okay. So now it's not that one. Ryan, you get 4.
The eldest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the eldest among you is very sick. Caring for them and searching for a cure requires the help of the entire community. Do not reduce project dice this week. Oof.
That's tough. That's tough.
No, it's definitely going to be the eldest among you dies.
We need our projects.
Yeah, this would be. Let me think of a good name. I think definitely the eldest. This is a part of the ongoing war as the jewelers are falling as things are looking very bad. The eldest jeweler, let's say Toad. I don't know. I can't think of a good. I can't think of a good. I don't have a good Mario pull for that.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, he falls, and it's a serious blow. Really, to everyone, he was definitely well respected.
I see.
But
He was the
he's
pacifist trying to get everyone to get along.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he comes out. He's like, okay, if you just listen to me, and then he takes probably like a soccer cleat straight to the heart or something. I don't know exactly what they're warring with.
A throwing dart, like a
Yeah, a jart. He takes a jart through the neck, and down he goes.
Lawn dart.
Okay.
Lawn dart, yep.
Okay. He is deceased. Another blow to the morale of the jewelers, I would say.
Definitely.
All right.
See, I feel like I all of the exciting stuff. I'm with you, Niko. I can't help it because I wanna drop a discovery.
In the mall.
Yeah, I'm just stuck in this faction based system because I feel like the discovery would be that his pockets are full of soft pretzels, and everybody goes, "What the fuck does this mean? What? Who was he working with? These were impossible to find."
Just his pockets are full of just what's those pretzels?
Maybe just
because he falls, and the first splash is actually like the sauces, it's like the cheese spreads behind him, and they go, wait, what is he carrying?
Oh my God.
Okay, wait, I got it. Maybe as he's hit by the lawn dart, the force of the impact goes, whoa, and he doesn't die immediately, but he falls out of a window. And he splatters on the ground, and as he doesn't splatter, but it all goes everywhere. Pretzels, sauces, cheese. It's all over the ground. It is littering the floor surrounding the mall.
Yeah.
Out in plain sight for everyone to see, including that damned flamekeeper. He saw the pretzels. He knows our secrets.
He knows the treasures we hide. Yeah, I think that's what That's what goes down there.
Okay.
And we need a pretzel. We need a pretzel disaster. Now.
Yeah, some
Pretzel
manner
disaster.
some manner of pretzel splat.
Band name called it.
You got it. All right, and then the things. Oh wait, that wasn't a thing that needed to tick down. That was the success.
Oh well, you know what? I'll roll to see if the guards succeed. Maybe
Okay.
I got a 2. Wait, advantage.
Advantage.
It's a 10. The guards have fully succeeded. They've taken over the mall.
All right. It is now a military junta, and the diamond is no more. I think we exit out and draw a nice baseball bat on the side. This is
Got it.
our
I'll
turf
do that
now.
for you.
Let's see. Erase those.
I love your pretzel disaster, Ryan.
I mean, it is a pretzel disaster, to be clear.
Oh,
No, don't do that.
Not our main location.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that my decision to create a mall as like the origin point has just developed into something so much more.
Oh yeah. Oh no, leave the diamond there, I think. I think we need to show them, we need to it's kind of like putting your enemy's head on a pike sort of situation,
Okay.
you know.
Or you know what? I will make a baseball. Just to, like, as a secondary on the eraser tool.
Yeah. And then we can exit out. Be like, no more.
I mean, I think this is pretty much what Romero had in mind. That they wouldn't let him do it. The sons of
We are
bitches.
fulfilling Romero's dream.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
bold visionary
wonderful.
that he was.
There is new power in the mall. All right.
Yeah. The military coup has been
In
realized.
many ways. Actually, that would be like that's the name of one of the novels for sure. That way, people in the know are like
yeah.
power in the mall. That means a lot of things. You don't even know what that means until you get to the very
It's
end.
double meaning.
Yeah, it's like purposefully leaked a few months beforehand, you know?
Like, oh, do you think? Wait,
What could that mean?
no way. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to run with some kind of TTRPG
That's like-
game that takes place in this.
This is beautiful.
It's like the old like Harry Potter spoilers. Like somebody's driving by the theater and they're just like, "Hey, the pretzel guy gets it in the end." You know, like whatever like, no, don't spoil it. We haven't seen.
No.
We.
As someone who isn't familiar with the franchise, it's like, what pretzel guy?
What are they talking about? It's like, oh,
Look at this.
be like, Dad, you're so old. You
You're
don't get it.
so lame, dude.
You don't even know what the pretzel guy is.
You don't even know
It's
about
like,
it.
like when you don't understand Star Wars and someone's like, Glub Shadow died. And it's like, I don't know who that is.
Nope, no
What?
idea.
He's from Sassafore 6. Come on.
Yeah, it's all the same, really.
All right. Niko, you are number 2.
Number 2. Is that still on the deck?
Yeah. 2 on the deck.
Someone new arrives. Who? Why are they in distress? Or someone leaves the community. Who? What are they looking for?
They have to be looking for something.
Oh man. I think we should not leave this onomatopoeia possibility. We should not pardon the onomatopoeia possibility. I think
Band name.
You just
Damn
keep
it.
going. It just keeps going.
To get that T-shirt.
I'm gonna say onomatopoeia possibility. Yeah, we'll go on Teespring later. We'll figure something out. I think people are gonna leave the community to try to find out what this whole buzzing is all about. What the buzz?
It's an individual.
Another band name.
It's a hero character.
An individual, a hero. There is one of the runners. Is one of the main characters is leaving.
Yeah, this is a novella. He got separated from the group, and this is his own little journey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Okay.
Which takes me to my next turn, which is a discovery.
Okay.
And I think I know exactly what the discovery is. Can someone erase the buzz?
Oh.
Oh no.
The buzz.
I think I know exactly what they're going to be discovering. Or just like erase the buzz and creator, because I'm gonna rework the whole thing.
Oh boy.
Rework it. Okay, put a big we'll put a big X through it. This is a historical map more than anything. This is a log of what we found.
I'll just draw over it then.
Okay. Yeah.
What they've discovered is the hive.
The hive.
And dog-sized hornets have mutated.
Oh God!
And they have they have burrowed into the ground.
Oh God.
And the ground is a trypophobic nightmare. It is just full of holes and this like it's.
He looks like he's mad. It looks like a frowny face. Oh,
it's not a frowny face. It's a hole. It's a big hole. All right, I'm gonna work on that.
Okay.
Work on big hole.
Well, and as you work on big hole, Ryan, the Mirelurk project finishes. We have
Fantastic.
officially taken care of all the pond monsters. Their corpses litter our streams and rivers.
You probably eat those corpses.
Yeah, they're rich in nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So pond monsters are done. The bridge construction can finally continue.
Exciting.
Very, very exciting. Oh, and Niko also draw our intrepid explorer as well.
I will draw our intrepid explorer.
Okay, man, it really wants to give us 13. It's rolled 13 a lot of times. Okay. A. It is an ace for me. A contingent within the community demand to be heard. Who are they? What are they asking for? A contingent within the community have acted on their frustrations. What have they damaged, and why did they damage it? Is it permanent?
It's the gamers.
Yep.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking the gamers. I was thinking.
No one thinks about the gamers.
Their advantage.
I was thinking our anti Torchkeeper contingent has stopped waiting for the military to take action. They've taken it into their own hands and they have conducted a raid on the Lightkeeper settlement. Absolutely destroying some of their wax reserves.
I like wax reserves.
And they've done it as a almost quasi religious thing. They are not going to let these damned Lightkeepers continue to poison the air and the night with their blasphemous light.
I like blasphemous light. New band name.
Oh,
Yes.
we get it. All right. There we go. There's a nice little hole in that building.
Oh, perfect.
There we go. And I would say, it's not permanent, but it is. It has pissed quite a few people off.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So now I need to start a. Before I do anything, all the projects take down. The bridge is finally finished, and the greenhouse is finished. The hive. So I'm going to say that the I'm gonna propose a discussion.
I
And
named the adventurer, by the way,
oh, you did. What's his name?
Ryan.
Uh-oh.
Oh, oh,
Oh, no.
wait a second. What's gonna happen to him? Wait.
I don't know.
Okay. Ryan the Adventurer.
He's very charming.
Questionable outcomes are going to be done. And the discussion I'm going to have is for I'm going to say that there's a contingent of people that that say, hey, this mall is toxic. We need to the K Jewelers and the military will never get along, and we need to establish a secondary community outside of the mall's influence. For those who would not like to be ruled by the military.
Okay.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, given that the bridge is complete, I imagine that there would probably still be some holdouts that want to go back, especially now that the greenhouse, they've begun probably creating more bees. They want to probably take some of those and transplant them back to the fields on the other side of the bridge and start up a community there.
Okay. Niko, what does your societal force think?
The mall is safe. The mall is abundant in resources. The mall is protected. And many communities here have formed in the mall that have built their purpose around the mall. And it cannot be left behind.
I see. All right. That is the discussion for this week.
Okay.
And it is now Ryan's turn.
All right.
We are narrowing down our cards. Got a few left. 6. 6 hasn't been done yet.
6. Outsiders arrive in the area. Why are they a threat? How are they vulnerable? Or outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they greeted?
It's the revenge. Revenge for the raid.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely. I would say that it is a group of hostiles from the Lightkeepers in the north. And it's only when they are very, very close do they actually light up all of their torches and be seen, and they are many in number.
I see.
Yeah. So I need to probably draw up a mob. Why are they a threat? They're a threat because they aim to destroy the greenhouse. They see any bees as a threat. And how are they vulnerable? They are not wearing just any hockey pads at all. Like they
Fools!
Exactly. They are not prepared for the dicks that are supporting or that are defending our town. That's the derogatory term that people, the people who wish for a new regime, they call them dicks. Obviously, those that respect them would call them sporting guards.
Sure.
Let me make my mob here. And then, let's see. For a project, I would say that in response to, I guess, whatever, I don't know, who knows what comes of the skirmishes now that there's this force outside of town there's probably multiple attacks, multiple whatever.
Yeah.
But as a result, there are some of the strategic strategically minded gamers, let's say, who suggest that what we need to start doing is setting traps around, near the river, on the roads leading into town. We need to basically defend through very probably overly complex traps. So they want to start a project to begin doing that.
Okay. I guess depending on how extensive the traps are, maybe. I mean, they can probably do it pretty quick. If they're like quick and dirty ones, like 2 weeks.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, just punji sticks.
yeah, punji pits, maybe some
Yeah,
like
they're really-
barricades on the
yeah.
bridge.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wires.
they just saw Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and they're like, oh, let's do those.
Yeah, they played Uncharted and they looked at all the booby traps, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've
Whose turn?
got. So Ryan will start building those traps. There are no projects to take down at the moment.
Well,
so-
there's the traps of projects.
Yeah.
the
trap-
traps get started after the tick would happen.
Okay. Well, how many weeks are we going to say it starts? It takes
Is it, 2
2?
weeks or...
2 weeks.
Yeah. I think the gamers lose focus after a while. they really can't keep the motivation up.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, interesting. Okay. Niko.
Mm.
A project finishes early. Which one and why? If there are no projects underway, boredom leads to a quarrel. But there is a project underway.
There's the traps. It looks like the traps are finished early.
Yeah. Why?
Fantastic.
Fucking why? How?
They get help from the runners
Oh.
who know the city by heart.
I see. Okay, so they're
So,
able to
yeah.
gather supplies much quicker than anticipated.
Exactly. They're able to they learn. They just know the city. You know, they just know
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Already working on traps. Like Crusher over here.
Way far away from where we live or our resources.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay.
okay. Delightful. I'm stoked.
I'm gonna say Ryan the adventurer will return
Oh,
from
good.
his expedition,
I see.
and where's the selection tool? Can I move? No.
God. Oh, God.
Lair. He's gonna return with grave news
Grave
of
news.
the murder hornets.
Ryan could also just be on there twice. He's like a legendary figure. He's marked in all places.
Hell yeah. Seems fair.
Right. But I'll just keep him here.
Okay.
But he's returned and told the people of it,
Of the
of
murder
bad, the
hornets.
evil,
Of the
the
evil.
hornet hounds.
The Hornet Hounds. I like that. That's
Yeah.
a honestly very terrifying D&D monster. Our
Yeah, they're
Hornet
I'm
Hounds.
thinking like the Tracker Jacks from the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
To further increase our what do you call it? There's the potential for franchising and YA franchising, you know.
Oh
For
yeah,
sure.
certainly. Yeah, merchandise.
To be clear, one of these traps is just a series of rakes that they expect people to step on. That's all that's gonna be.
Okay. Cool. I'm glad that we
Alright.
put them in charge.
They had lots of ideas. It finished early because it was a really underwhelming idea when it all got finished.
It's done barely anything.
Yeah, they're like, thanks guys.
Yeah, that was lovely. All right, it is number 9. A project fails. We don't have any projects. Or something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity.
Oh boy.
Ooh. I'm gonna say. Ooh. I'm gonna say we don't know what happened. Like, we don't know why, but all of a sudden, the water, as it, comes down to the dock, from what we know, the water has turned brackish and dark and disgusting. And now they're just little turds floating in our water. And it's
Somebody's poisoned the water supply.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's coming from somewhere upstream, and now fresh water, which we used to have in near abundance, is now very, very scarce.
That's how you get dysentery.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so bees and water, and as a project, I think I'm going to set the runners as a whole crew. We're going on a Lord of the Rings style romp through the countryside. And we've got pretty much all we need out of the city at this point. They need to go and explore the upper deltas to discover what is up there. So I'm gonna put, I don't know, just maybe just the like a group of little guys with like running armbands and like iPods, strapped to their arm.
Naturally.
And then and how many weeks do we think? It's pretty far away. There's a lot to go
That's
through.
really far.
What do you guys think?
I'm gonna say 5 weeks.
Yeah.
5 weeks. Okay. And at that point, runners ain't around. They they maybe a couple of them stay behind, but most of them are out.
All right.
Oh boy.
All right. And that is my project. And now it is Ryan's turn.
Okay.
So that was 12. Or no, that was 9, right? That was 9. So now, have we done? We haven't done 5. Perfect. So now, Ryan.
We have done this project, I think.
We did do a project.
This is different. That was the queen.
Oh, okay.
So it's
project finishes early, or the weather is nice and people can feel the potential all around them. Start a new project.
You could have the runners complete their project early. That would take a while.
yeah. I mean, it could be early, and maybe they immediately got stopped by something. So like,
Yeah, that's why the well, it says a project finishes though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the project was just for them to explore. So
Right.
maybe they ran into some sort of hindrance towards their exploration. Or you could start
Right.
another project.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's up to
yeah,
you.
that's a good idea. Maybe okay. So how about they began their exploration up the river
Mm-hmm.
and turned back because they found signs warning them to turn back, and that they would die if they continued. And so they came back a lot faster than they expected. There were warnings of death if they kept going.
I see. Okay. So where are those signs, do you think?
I would just split the difference, put it somewhere there in the middle. I mean, I can draw them in if you, unless you're feeling it. If you're feeling it,
Look,
you
I
draw some
love
signs.
me a skull and crossbones. So
Okay, yeah, get a skull and crossbones in there.
I am down.
Bust out your stylus, get the detail in.
Oh, I do. I do have a tablet and stylus.
There you go. That's how you play this game. What are you doing?
I know. I didn't want to flex on you guys. There you go. It's not the prettiest, but it looks good at a distance.
And in terms of discovery, Yeah, because there's not enough factions yet. So since the runners were gone, the quiet in the streets in the city proper allowed for some people to poke their heads up, and a new unknown faction emerges, and they come out to meet everyone else. The one peculiar thing about them is that their jackets, their clothes are really bulky, and it's only when they reveal them to show the wings, the bee wings. They're some sort of bee person hybrid that's been living under the city for who knows how long, but now they've come out to make themselves known.
Okay. The bee people, draw in that ish.
Damn it, I always forget about the drawing part. I just want to make up the nonsense.
The bees have not gone extinct, they've only mutated.
Well, they've mutated in multiple ways, see? Because we've got the murder hornets, and they went more feral. They went more bee.
That's a great
But then over
point.
here, they're probably emerging from below the streets, and they have history, both oral and written, and they've discovered new. No, I'm gonna draw.
I need to stop.
I'm gonna cut myself off. Okay, draw some yellow bee people.
Okay. And we again have no projects because they keep finishing early.
Right.
But it is now Niko's turn. And Niko will be doing. We've already done that. Okay, I might actually have to look to see what are left. 11's left. And that's it. 11's left. All right.
Wow.
It is the Jack.
Predators and bad omens are afoot. You are careless and something goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who? Someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Okay. Predators and bad omens are afoot. What measures do you take to keep everyone safe and under surveillance? Ooh. Do not reduce your project dice this week. That's great because we had no projects going on anyways.
Easy peasy.
I think what the omen is the mob of torchbearers outside the city.
Yeah, that's not so great.
Yeah.
And so I think it says protection and surveillance is part of it. I think it'd be really cool if, let's see, rereading it.
I love your bee person, right?
It's there.
Okay, I think in anticipation with the new discovery of the bee people and the murder wasps, the hornet hounds, the torch bearers, the
lack of water,
the mall's gonna go on lockdown.
Oh, I see.
All right, checkpoints are there's gonna be curfews. You know, windows are getting boarded up. And I think also they have gotten security cameras working in the mall.
I see. Okay.
So now,
little Five
now
Nights at
there's a
Freddy's
literal
action.
Yeah.
There's going to be actual surveillance going on.
Yeah.
And I think people are growing more and more paranoid.
Yeah.
And this is important too for the reality game show spin-off that we need for like Game Show Network or whatever. Like this is key.
Yeah.
We have an in-world justification for all of these franchise tie-ins. It's really important.
Awesome.
There's riots in the streets, but Rachel and Brittany can't decide who deserves Ryan. What'll they do this week?
Here's my question though. What are they using to identify who's allowed to proceed from checkpoint to checkpoint? Is it a very specific, like from like the lids store? Do they have to have particular hats that allow that? Is it a hat-based security system or? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone has a everyone has their ears pierced in the clairs.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Which is an old. It's a vestige of an old system. I'm sure that the new regime is not happy about that.
Right.
Because of just it reminds everyone, of the jewelers. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. In protest, the only ones who don't wear.
They took over, but they're still using the old ways.
Exactly. It's like a Greco-Roman situation where
Absolutely
the Romans have taken over Greece, but they still have Greek traditions.
Yeah. 100%. And now the Romans are like, do we need to root this out? Do we embrace it? What do we do?
And I imagine getting a piercing every time you go in the mall would be really annoying at a certain point, right? That would just get ridiculous. You just want to stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a piercing-based kind of
just a
identification system.
Just a walking like subway punch card. Everybody's getting their free 11th.
I assumed it was more like, you get a certain pattern of piercings, and you're in that stress.
That's far too sensible, though. They've misread the whole text, and they may have misinterpreted a few things.
We need a new hole per entry and exit.
You know what? You're too progressive for the mall.
Oh,
You've got all these new ideas. Some people are sticking to the original ways and how they think.
Right, to the Old Testament, yeah.
I will start a new project to decontaminate the water.
Hooray!
That's a great idea.
Where there will be water treatment, some kind of water treatment.
Oh, so not even attacking the source, saying we don't want to be dependent upon upstream. We're going to filter it ourselves.
Well, the fact, since it is apparently very dangerous upstream, we don't want to risk going up there, so let's find a way to deal with what we have in our purview.
That's fair.
So I'm going to say, right about here, we're going to have our water treatment facility. Okay. I'll draw that out. How long do you guys think that's going to take?
Water treatment? Ooh.
Oh, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, that's going to take... I mean, that might even be like a... I mean, I guess there's only like 80 of us, so it doesn't have to be like a whole like factory.
I mean, is it literal? It's shit in the water, right? Can't they just use like the soccer nets and stuff? Can't they just like
the pool like
catch it?
Yeah.
You layer the nets. They get a really complex.
Yeah, it's like fishing nets, but we're fishing for turds.
I mean, or whatever is being
fishing
collected.
for turds, new band name.
Oh, we get there.
Ladies and gentlemen, fishing for turds.
Also a good quest. Something to put on the notice boards.
I think that for this entire system to work and to be at scale, I think it's like a 4 or 5 weeker.
That's fine. We're probably just going to draw another project ends early anyway.
Thinking 4 weeks or 5 weeks, Ryan?
5 weeks.
5.
Look at that decision.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, would be the end of summer. We are only probably 2/3 of the way through the game. And in that light, I know it's late for you, Ryan. It is getting late for me. Nico's
fine.
Nico's a little Pacific boy.
This is 9 right now. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So I might have to call it there. This was the one thing I was worried about. I was telling Nico before you got here, Ryan, that I was a little worried that it would go too long because we would want to talk too much. And oh boy, was I right.
I mean, I was gonna say, look who you brought on your show.
Yeah.
Right? We got. Can't help ourselves.
Yeah, but
I do have a problem with talking too much.
I literally had to warn a new person about that at work today. I said, you need to cut me off. It might be necessary. Yeah.
Right.
But we'll call it here. The end of summer. The next time we play, we'll be moving into autumn and then winter.
Awesome.
Maybe we can.
And then we run a actual play podcast where we play through this setting.
I mean, you can definitely get some cool mall maps. That's happening.
I want to flesh out this mall so bad.
just like it's just begging for like the cutesy, like like the little footsteps, like you are standing here type of map.
Yes.
Oh,
that'd be so great.
yeah.
It'd be so great.
1,000%.
As soon as I hit the end stream button, I'm making this.
Make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll
Make it
finish this out sometime. I'm thinking next time maybe we do like half the number of cards per season. I think that could, keep a quick clip. But anyways, it was so great having you guys for the inaugural DM Live. Everybody who's watching my stream, go check them out. Ryan, Niko, Dicebrain, Ryan MLD DM, Ryan MLDM. Got it. On YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and wherever else you can find them. It might not be them, but if you find someone named Ryan or Dicebrain,
they're cool.
Yeah. So
don't go to dicebrain.com. Do not go to Dicebrain. Go to dicebrain.net. That's where all my merch is. Do not go to dicebrain.com.
Now I gotta know. Should I open it on stream?
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, with that, a cliffhanger of a warning. That is where I will leave you.
Omen.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys
I'm
again.
hitting end stream. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll see you guys later.